2, 1.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey Marianne, how are you?
I'm very well, Mark. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. I'm really excited about this webinar.
So are we.
And yeah, we just thought we'd have a quick chat. There was a couple of things that I wanted to know about EFactor, which I'm sure a lot of your members and a lot of the people that are listening in would like to know as well. Give us a little bit of history, about EFactor, if you don't mind, Marianne.
I'd be happy to do that. EFactor was started by 3 founders, Adrie Reinders, Roland Reinders, and myself. And we really hit upon the idea back in 2007, once Adrie and I had written a book on networking and started writing a book on entrepreneurship. And as we did our research on the internet, we discovered there wasn't really a single portal for entrepreneurs in the world that gave entrepreneurs more than just a way of connecting with one another, but also gave them advice, helped them with funding, helped them saving costs, and obviously helped them with knowledge, from people like yourself, Mark. And that's really when we launched EFactor. We launched the first site on the 1st of March 2008, and we've been growing ever since.
Wow, isn't that remarkable? So many stories you hear that monsters are created literally just from ideas, and a lot of my stories, I tell you, are not that dissimilar, which you'll hear as we go along. But no, what a fantastic success story! So I hear there's some big things happening in 2012 as well. Are you allowed to talk about those or not really?
I can talk about those a little bit. We are taking the company public, so there is a lot more to come. Obviously, we've grown quite substantially over the last 2.5 years and now have members in 185 countries. And I'm really excited to see that so many of those countries are represented on the call today, Mark. I think that's just amazing, and it's the ground or the foundation of everything that we do, is that we want to help people wherever you are, whatever you're doing as an entrepreneur or as a would-be entrepreneur. We want to be your support and inspire you, I guess, to do more. So same as EFactor, let's make it a success story for everybody.
No, indeed. I mean, this flotation and the listing, that must be ever so exciting for you guys as a team. I mean, how long ago did you say that you started EFactor?
3.5 years ago, 1st of March 2008, so you can do the math.
I mean, one of the things that always comes into discussion when you talk about internet years compared to offline years, what you can achieve in 3.5 years online from zero to company flotation.
Yeah,
there are companies offline that would take literally 10 times as long. It's like a 30-year achievement, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely true. I think the internet and the online world has made so much possible, and we always tell our the members that we talk to here in San Francisco as well as anywhere else in the world. These days, whenever you start a company, if you are in some way also represented on the internet, you are an international company just by default. And that's something that you really have to consider in everything that you do as well. So yes, I think it's really excited to have that and to have that angle, and also to have the speed behind it. And it throws up some hurdles that you try and overcome as an entrepreneur, of course, as well. So I hope we can talk about that at another occasion, maybe.
Yeah, no, indeed. Well, look, thank you very much for that little bit of background information. I think your attendees that are listening, I'm sure will have found that quite useful, because it's always very nice to know, you're using a site, but then to actually have the founder online giving you a little bit of history about how it all started. I think it's brilliant, isn't it, really?
Well, we're really, really happy to do it, and I don't just say that, but I think we've always set ourselves aside from the generic social networks, if you like, by being very approachable. And anybody on the call today, if you look up our profiles of the founders on EFactor itself, and you send us a question, you will always get an answer. So Mark, I'm happy to hand over to you. I'm really excited about you making yourself available today, and I'm excited to hear more.
Good. Lovely. Well, look, thanks very much indeed, Marion. It's a great pleasure for me to be here. It's a wonderful opportunity for me. I really appreciate it. And I'll just get cracking. So there's the first slide is here. You're welcome to mute yourself if you want to. But do stick around. The first slide here just gives you a little bit of background about me. I'm an author, international speaker, specialist internet marketer, event promoter, and I'm creator of the world's largest e-products library, which is, what the base of this webinar today is going to be on. It's going to be all about the library. It's going to be about what it consists of and how you can use the type of products that we have in the library to create multiple streams of income online, and the kind of A to Z ingredients of online success and how to get those as well. With that said, a lot of what we're going to be talking about today is going to be about being successful. But not just being successful. We got Richard Branson, Donald Trump, those are successful people, but they've become successful by working smart. So being successful smartly is quite key. We all work hard. I'm sure these two wonderful chaps work very hard themselves. But you'll see that most success stories are not created just by working hard alone. A lot of success stories are created by working smart, and that's key. So we're going to talk about not just building an online business by working hard, but we're going to talk about building an online business by working smart. It's very important, that word smart, when it comes to online success, and we're going to discuss ways of doing that. The content of the presentation today, just so that you get an idea of what's in front of you for the next hour. You're going to get a little bit about my background, who I am, where I've been, what I've done. You're going to get an introduction to the Million Products Library. We're going to learn what PLR and resale rights are. PLR stands for private label rights, and resale rights. We're going to learn some business top tips. We're going to learn some secrets unleashed, income generation strategies, two that I've highlighted here in yellow, the exact ingredients to online success, and how to get all those ingredients, and lots of content. So I'm going to start off with just a few of my golden rules. These golden rules apply in business, really, and in a kind of personal, social life. Even as a person, not just as a business, but I think value is very important. They say you're only as good as your 5 closest friends, and your environment is really who you are. And you'll hear things like, cut the negativity, the negative people out of your life, just mix with the positive people. And so, if you yourself as a person give value, you'll find that you as a person are quite attracted to like-minded stuff as well. Even in business, give value, give outstanding service. Really very, very important. You'll hear value and service throughout this webinar. Trustworthy, people buy from people. But online, you're actually hidden behind the web platform. People are not buying from you, they're buying from your web presence, and you can't really be seen. So your web presence has to have this trustworthy feeling and appearance, and there are many, many ways you can do that, and we'll go through that a little bit later in this webinar. And be different, guys. Don't be the run-of-the-mill business, don't be the run-of-the-mill person. Do things differently, and you'll find that your results too will be different as well. And you'll see throughout this webinar that value, service, trustworthiness, and being different, how much difference it makes, and how helpful that is when it comes to business. So I've got 30 years experience in business development, in wealth creation, in personal coaching. I was the CEO of a public listed company. We were just talking about that with Marion. I floated a company many years ago. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm the charter president of one of the world's largest charity clubs. We have 22,000 clubs worldwide. And for 26 of those years, I've been a property investor. And I'd like to say I'm a kind of a property master, a property veteran by now. My life started at the young age of, actually before this, 7. I was a marble trader in my playground. But at the age of 16, I did my first JV, which is a joint venture, and I sold 1,000 pieces of the very famous Rubik's Cube, the Rubik's Magic, which, you know, in those days when I was young, Christ, that's many moons ago, actually. I don't want to give away my age and tell you how many years ago that was, but that was quite a long time ago when this Rubik's Magic and Rubik's Cube became a huge craze. And believe it or not, Hamleys, the largest toy store in England on Regent Street, didn't have any. And without a single penny in my pocket, we delivered within 24 hours. I sourced and delivered 1,000 pieces of Rubik's Magic. I saw an opportunity there. I seized an opportunity. I went out, I found the stock, I delivered it, I got an order from them beforehand. Again, I could probably do an hour's webinar just on some of the stories that I'm going to talk to you about in these slides. Then at the age of 19, I borrowed £12,000 from the bank in those days. That was a lot of money. I put my parents' house on the line. It was quite a big risk in those days. And I opened a video store called the Fulham Video Vault. And again, there's a long story about why that was called a video vault, but I'm sure you can guess from the name that it was a bit of a dungeon, and it was. We had a lot of videos upstairs and downstairs. We had a huge upstairs and a downstairs where we had like a dungeon. We created like a horror section and things like that. But it became very popular, and you know, I became the largest video wholesaler as well as a retailer, a wholesaler and supplier, as well as a retailer in southwest London within months of launching that business. There was a competitor a mile away, and, you know, applying some of my formula, which we're going to go through in a minute, and you'll see how that formula applies to, you know, quite a lot of businesses. This one, my core audio business, which I'll talk to you about in a minute, my current resale rights business. You'll see how that formula applies to all of these businesses. But, you know, using that formula, that competitor was forced to close. I then introduced confectionery and tobacco because, you know, I saw customers coming in every day to pick up their videos, but they had bottles of pop, candy, sweets, chocolates, tobacco, cigarettes, newspapers, and all those kind of bits and pieces that, you know, you go out and pick up with a video. And I was losing out on all those sales. You know, I was charging in those days £1, which is about $1.60 per video. But these people were walking in with about, you know, £3, £4, £5, which is, you know, $7, $8, $10 worth of other products. And one of the slides that I'm going to go through later on in this webinar, you'll see, is kind of based on this, that if you've got a customer in your shop already, you know, you've overcome 90% of the objections and the problems that stop a sale happening. You know, he's in your shop, he's trusted you, there's something that he likes, he's got his money out, he's buying something from you. So he's your customer, he's already there. And if you can sell that same customer something else, it's much easier than trying to get another customer off the streets and into your store. Does that make sense? You know, it does make a lot of sense. And we can apply that same concept to online business as well. And I'll show you how as we go on. By introducing this, we had 4 confectionery and tobacco stores very close to us. And by introducing confectionery and tobacco and selling tobacco at a cut price, almost at a cost price, at a loss leader, we forced the other 4 to close as well. I sold that business 4 years later for a whopping, you know, for a young guy, $300,000 in those days was just huge amounts of money. I then went into the car audio business. This is one of my demo vans that we created. This was about to be used for a very famous boxing match in the UK, but it wasn't at the last minute. That would have been quite a feat, actually. It was actually louder than a Michael Jackson concert at the Wembley Stadium. It was over 10,000 watts of power, and I became the largest independent car audio retailer and reseller in the UK within the first year of trading. I grew that to 8 stores, and I beat established and existing businesses in the car audio field, and I operated that business for 13 years. Now, I saw a gap within this market. You know, that business was built by an opportunity that I saw in the car audio industry. I took that opportunity, I seized that opportunity, I found a gap within it, and again, when I go through my formula, you'll see how that does apply to this. But I found a gap in this market on vehicle security. Vehicle security was a huge problem in those days, and it still is. And all that a vehicle alarm does, really, it makes a noise and it deters the thief. And it, you know, cars still get broken into, items still get stolen, your belongings will still get stolen, your radio gets stolen. An alarm is not really, you know, people think that it's a security guard standing over there with a machine gun to blow anybody up that touches a car. It's not. It's just something that makes a loud noise and hopefully attract attention, and the thief will run away. But I invented a system called Recall, and this was the world's first vehicle security device that allows you to stop your car from anywhere in the world using your phone, and it was based on the paging network. I did deals with all the major airtime providers in the USA and all over the world. We had international franchises, and we went from 0 to 131 million pounds, which is about 200 million US dollars within the first year of relisting that. British Aerospace were actually our shareholders, and at Las Vegas CES, which is the Consumer Electric Show, I won the Most Innovative Product of the Year award. And as I am here in my study presenting this webinar, I've got my trophy cabinet there just to the left, and I can see here 3 of those trophies that I won for this device. Now, that's enough about me and enough about my background. And guys, there's a reason why I tell you all these stories, and it's not anything to do with arrogance, or it's not showing off, or it's not bragging, or it's not anything like that. Here's the reason why I go through some of those slides, and that reason is because whatever impression that you've got from those slides about me being an enormously successful, very wealthy businessman, all that glitters is not gold, because by the age of 39 I'd made a huge amount of mistakes, got lots of grey hair as a result of it, and I gained a huge amount of experience. I'd made and lost a lot of money. I'd been through my fair share of life's stresses, problems, mistakes, and I put a question here: does that sound familiar to anybody? Well, you know, there's always somebody either in a live audience or in a webinar where they're sort of nodding their head and they're saying, yes, you know, it does sound familiar. And, you know, somebody in the audience has also been through the same. You know, the 3 areas of your life that affect your state and well-being the most is health, wealth, and relationships. And I just had a huge event a couple of weeks ago in London. We had some of the world's, you know, best leaders and speakers that presented there, including Jarek Robbins and Kevin Harrington and some, you know, very, very big names. And that event was put on as a result of my own experiences. I've been through catastrophic, disastrous, you know, periods in my life, which has affected my health, wealth, and my relationships. You know, enough to really shut the doors on anybody's life. But I remain focused on my lifestyle, and this is why those first 2 slides are there. It's got nothing to do with my library, but it's going to help anybody listening to, you know, if it can inspire you to do what you want to do, then those first 2 slides have served their purpose. I remain focused on my life. That's my wife there on the top picture. My wife, my 2 kids there on the bottom picture. My boy on the left is Amar. He's 23, just qualified as a lawyer. He now works for Accenture, one of the largest business consultancy companies. I think they're one of the largest in the world. Sam on the right, he's 23, and he is finishing his law degree as well. So I've got 2 boys, they're both lawyers. And it took a lot of mindset for me to focus on my family and my lifestyle whilst I was going through those problems. So in January 2010, we came up with another hurdle just as I was getting my feet back on the ground. I was doing extremely well. I'd built my life back up again into quite a substantial property portfolio, and the economic climate tanked. And I could see that it was going to be a number of years before the property market was going to pick up again, and I could see myself kind of hibernating for quite a while. And I thought, well, I have to replace quite a substantial income, and very, very quickly, because I got a quite a decent lifestyle, and it was worrying. So I started on my internet marketing business in January 2010, knowing absolutely nothing, guys. And do please pay attention to this. When I say nothing, genuinely, if you asked me to spell Google, I didn't even know how to spell Google. And if you'd asked me, if you gave me a page questionnaire on what Google does, I'd struggle other than just calling it a search engine. But it's probably one of the most powerful tools in the world when it comes to making money online, and the amount of research and stuff that you could do. I could probably spend not a 1 hour webinar, but I could probably spend a dozen webinars just telling you what Google is capable of doing and what Google is all about, and I had absolutely no idea when I started. And so I'm sure that 95% of you listening are already somewhat ahead of where I was when I first started. So just look at what I've managed to achieve in a very short time, and let that inspire you not to let anything hold you back, and that you can do exactly the same in a very, very short period of time. And I'm going to show you lots and lots of ways how you can do that. By March 2010, I'd actually developed the world's largest library, and within a few months I had about 20 or 25,000 products in my library. It's now recognized by leading gurus and individuals globally. In fact, I've been on webinars with just last night, yesterday. Don't know if any of you listening have heard of Mike Phil-Same, but he is one of the world's leading internet marketing gurus. He makes about 25 to 50 million a year. I was on a webinar with him yesterday. Russell Brunson, another, probably the top 3 to top 5 in the world. He's invited me onto his Success Etc. I'm the only one that's been on his Success Etc. 4 times, and this is the kind of impact that my library has created amongst veterans that have been in the industry and have been in the internet marketing business for many, many years. So for me to get attention from such powerful people, it's very, very encouraging and very, very pleasing for me. And I'm going to show you how you guys can achieve exactly the same kind of thing if you put your mind to it. I started my library by actually spending $600 on products such as ebooks, audio, video, downloads, the stuff that you get mailed every day. Buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. I'd been into a seminar, I heard about PLI and resale rights, and I'll explain to you some of the things that I heard in that presentation, that it can get you online very, very quickly if you don't have a product, and it also helps you if you do have a product. And again, I'll go through in more detail about that in a second. But that idea, that concept kind of attracted me quite a lot, and I found myself within about an hour and a half, £600 down on my credit card. And what I had to show for it, you can look at it in 2 ways. You can look at it as a desk full of junk that I've just bought, which I'm never going to use. There was over 1,000 products. Or you could look at it as probably one of the most wonderful business opportunities that's in front of you that you could ever come across. Now, if I had spent $600 on just over 1,000 products, I must have found a lot of value in those. And I did find value, and that's actually what came into my head. Immediate value came into my head. And I'm looking at all these products, and they were ranging from all kinds of things, from social media to how to, how to run webinars, how to do affiliate marketing, how to put products on ClickBank, Facebook, Twitter, all kinds of extremely attractive products that I just wanted to open up and read and look through information products and learn and swallow as much as I could. But those products in reality were worth a lot more than $600 because these were PLI and resale rights products. I got a desk full of them, and each product would have been worth, you know, you can put at least a $10, $15 value on each one of those, if actually not more. Some of the products that I'd bought were worth a lot more. They were about $100, $197, $297, $300, $400, $500 products. So, you know, when you buy them in bundles like that, you can get them a little bit cheaper. So here I am with 1,000 products on my desk, and I'm thinking, okay, could I sell these for $50? Sure, of course I could. I've just paid $600 for them. They were actually worth probably $6,000. I don't know. You know, even at $10 at 1,000, they're worth, you know, they're worth $10,000. So I did that. I bundled them up together. I put up a website, and I said, here, over 1,000 products, $50. In fact, if you look, you know, we'll go through this. In fact, I'm not going to tell you to look now because otherwise we're going to get distracted. But one of my first offers, and I'll show you, in fact, we'll do a demo. In fact, yeah, I will show you later on. We'll do a demo on that. And I'll show you now how I first started and what I sold. Value came into my head, and this is how that business grew, and I sold lots and lots and lots and lots of packages like that for $50. I soon had far more than my $600 back, and I actually plowed that in and bought more and more and more. And like I say, by March 2010, within a few months, I'd actually grown to about 20 or 25,000. At that stage, I was the world's largest. So there's not even, today there is not another site that comes anywhere close to over 1 million products across 700 niches. We're going to go through that. I really do, you have to forgive me, guys. I get extremely excited because it is a phenomenal monster. And when you see how you can use it to make money, or what you can do with PLI and resale rights, you'll be just as excited as I am, believe me. We've been doing it for so long, but still the excitement and the enthusiasm doesn't go away. So it now consists of over 1 million products, and they comprise of over 500,000 ebooks covering over 700 niches. We say niches. We say niches here in the UK, and I speak to Americans. They say niches. So forgive me if I say either niches or niches. It gets very, very confusing sometimes. You speak on American stages, and you come back to UK, and you. But anyway, there's a lot of words like that which are pronounced differently in US and the UK. Got thousands of valuable audio and video information products, hundreds of thousands of articles across over 700 niches, so you don't even have to worry about writing articles again. There's graphics, JPEGs, fonts, designs, lots of other graphics, tutorials across hundreds of niches, sales pages across over 500, hundreds of templates, images, tones, educational products. We've got over 500 topics there. It's a great source for countless new businesses, even just as a sideline. And the price range of products that are within the library range from $0, which you can give away, and I'll show you how you can give away products to your advantage and your benefit to help you grow a business in the list, all the way up to 2,000. In fact, yesterday I was with Mike Field same, and I said to Mike, Mike, I've got your butterfly marketing program on here that you sold for $2,000. 1997 he sold them for. He sold thousands of them. And then after a little while, he sold it on resale rights, and I can't remember how much it was. $997 I paid. I think I paid $997 just for that one product, which Mike sold for $2,000, and that's in the library because I bought it with the rights to be able to resell it to my members. And Mike was like, wow, that's amazing. Now, bear this in mind, guys, that just that one Mike Filsame's product worth $2,000 is in that library. Just that one product worth $2,000, which I paid $997 for. But, you know, this gets even more interesting as we go along. And all of this for my members is completely free of charge. And it's an answer really to almost any question, and it assists all strategies. So who uses my library? Newcomers to internet marketers. It's actually, you know, I would say a bulk of my customers are newcomers to internet marketing. We have quite a large amount now. In fact, I'm getting more and more experienced marketers, gurus are joining as they're hearing more and more about it, because they don't have to go anywhere for, you know, a ridiculous amount of products. And all gurus do use PLI and resale rights all the time. We all use it all the time. And so now I'm getting, very experienced marketers joining and using my library as well. Product creators and owners, these are two different things. Product creators use my library because then they can get 20 different PLR products, say on Facebook. They can chop and change, take bits and pieces out of it and create their own Facebook product, which has just got the highlights from 20 other products. Product owners is different. So somebody, for example, who's got their own, mindset or personal development program, they will use my library to give away certain same topic related products as bonuses to help sell their own products. Anyone that doesn't have a product, obviously, because we've got like we've got 1 million of them there, so they've got huge access to products. And really anyone across almost 700 niches, and anyone aged 7 and upwards. And I say 7 and upwards, in fact I should change that slide now to say 8, because the boy has turned 8 now. But yeah, that's my youngest member. He's a young lad. He does really very well. He goes to school. He comes home. He spends a couple of hours by his computer selling products from my library. And yeah, he does okay. Don't know exactly how much he makes, but he's doing a good few $100s a week by himself. It's amazing it's incredible how intelligent young kids are. At the age of 7. To be doing. In fact, when I was that age, I was selling marbles in the school playground. So there you go. Maybe this guy will end up doing something very, very good one day as well. So why are they all using my library, and what is so special about it? Okay, so now we come to the crunch on what PLR is. And as I said to you, they're private label rights products, and that allows you to label the product as your own product with your own name or your own brand on it. And these products, as we saw, consist of electronic products, as you saw on the previous slides, all those graphic fonts, PDFs, ebooks, and all that kind of stuff. Now, in the UK, we have a huge superstore called Tesco. In America and other places, you'll know these kind of stores, as they're called Walmart. And when you walk into one of these places, you can count a couple of thousand or more items with Tesco or Walmart, depending on which store you're in, with those labels on it. Now guys, they don't make those products. None of them. They cannot possibly have 2,000 factories churning out tins of beans, bottles of champagne, packets of crisps, shampoos, soaps, cereals, or whatever else that you see with the Tesco or the Walmart brand. They private label them. They do what they do best, and they allow others to do what they do best, which is to manufacture the product. Now, if this concept works for huge superstores like this, why on earth can it not work for us? It does. And we should take advantage of it, and not very many people do. And this is why PLR and resale rights is still such a huge market. I've probably created more awareness and more noise in the industry in the last couple of years than anybody has, because a lot of the gurus used to do it underground. It was such a valuable thing. It made so much money that it's like anything, sometimes if you look at tax liens in the USA, for example, a huge source, a very, very big business, but still somewhat kind of kept under the covers. Very, very powerful. Now, this is a very, very powerful slide. Just take a couple of seconds to digest these 3 lines. Resale rights allows you to resell that product time and time again and retain 100% of the revenue. Can you imagine the power of this, guys? If you can just get your head around this for a second, I think you should all be absolutely itching to say, Mark, stop this presentation right now. I really need to be getting on with doing this straight away. And that's exactly how I felt. This is why I'm still so very excited about this, because as I go through this presentation, the power of this will become much more and more clear. And this slide again, if you look at this slide, imagine that you had the keys to Walmart. That's one thing. But now, take this scenario, that you're allowed to go in there at any time, 24/7, take whatever you like, as many of them as you like, do it as often as you like, fill up your truck or trucks, take it away completely for free, bypass the tills, no tills, it's all free, go away and sell all of it, keep all the money, come back and keep doing it again and again and again as many times as you like. Can you imagine the power of that, guys? I'm just going to take a couple of seconds for you to swallow that, because I'm going to show you how you can do that for real online using my business in a box blueprint. Is that cool? Now, this is where I ask a question. This is where those of you that know how to use this system, I want to see some hands. Now, I love this when all the hands go up. Where are we? There we go. Show us some hands. Come on. Oh, there you go. Hands are coming up. Is that cool? Come on, guys. There's still dozens of you. God, in fact, we've got a huge amount of crowd here today, haven't we? Good grief. Ah, there you go. Much better. That's enough show of hands for me to carry on. Well done. Thank you very much, guys. Is that cool? Okay. Sorry, we're going to do a little bit of interaction, because I don't want you guys falling asleep on me now, Now, this is another one. Now let's get you typing. We had a show of hands. We're going to get you all to shout. Yes, you see, I love doing this in a live presentation because you can actually hear the roars and the rumbles and things like that. But we're gonna create this atmosphere in your living rooms now, or wherever you are in the comfort of your own home, right? So on the chat box, give me yes. Are you ready to be successful with me today? Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's get those chats going. I want to see lots and lots of yeses on the chats. Wow, we've got so many people here. God, this is an awesome webinar. Woohoo! Oops. Oh dear, I've lost my chat box. Hang on a second. Stay there 1 second. God, these things have a mind of their own sometimes, don't they? Where are we? That's a Superman tune because my kid was watching Superman the other day. There we go. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, yes, yes. Brilliant. Well done. Thank you very much indeed. It's nice to have a bit of interaction, isn't it, guys? Yeah. By the way, you can use the poll function in the webinar. Yeah, I know, but I normally have an assistant with me for such large amounts, and you'll see I'm going to get into real trouble later on when I say it's question time. This is why for large webinars like this, I should have an assistant with me, but I haven't today. But don't worry, we'll have a lot of fun, and we're going to enjoy this. So thanks very much for that interaction, guys. This is going to be an awesome webinar. This is going to be an awesome webinar. Right, here we go. Okay, so you may say, right, I've said yes, but Mark, some of us don't find that easy. You'll say that, Mark, it's easy when you know how. And I'll say to you, oops, hang on a minute, God almighty, my slides are running away from me now. So I'm going to say to you, all right, it is when you know how. And then you'll probably come back to me with another thought, something along the lines of, yeah, but Mark, you might say, it is when you know how, but some of us don't know how. Before I go on to the next slide, let me just see. Somebody's asking me, somebody's grabbing my attention here. Next time I'll be your assistant on the polls. Ah, nice, Robert. Okay, I'll take you up on that one. I appreciate that offer, actually. Stay in touch, because if I get into a crisis situation again where I don't have an assistant, I'll definitely give you a shout. Thanks, I appreciate that. Okay, so this is where the webinar gets really interesting now. So I want full attention from you guys. We've had a bit of background, we've had a bit of fun and games, and now we get into the real nitty-gritty, right? So we just talked about, some of us don't know how. It's easy when you know how. How do you do things? We just don't know. We just don't understand. I want you all to pick a card. And I'm going to make sure that, whatever we have here, we're pretty close to hitting about 400 or 500 here, 480 something. God, better not get to 500 actually, because that's my maximum limit on this. But okay, I want all of you to pick a card, and I'm going to make sure, or I'm going to do my best to make sure that you all pick the same card. Wouldn't that be a miracle if every single one of you picked exactly the same card? Now I can actually sense huge amounts of excitement here. Yeah, okay, get ready for this. This is going to be an awesome trick. For those of you who've seen this, forgive me. I'm glad nobody can speak up to ruin the trick for others. But there you go. Whatever card that you saw has absolutely disappeared. Gone. Do you see that? Right. Now, if I showed you how to do this trick, it's easy, isn't it? It's easy once you know how. So I'm going to show you how to do it. The first set of cards that I showed you were completely different to the second set that I showed you. So whichever card that you picked will have disappeared. See, does that make sense, yeah? So in the same way, when somebody shows you how to do a magic trick, you can do it. Oops, very sorry. Go back to the previous one. But when I'm going to show you online success, how to make money online, and hopefully by the end of this webinar you're going to find that easy as well. Now, what I do when I'm speaking live on stage, and I've left this slide on there deliberately, is I get a volunteer from the audience. We do a live demonstration to demonstrate the power of private label rights and resale rights. And what happens is they get taken away by one of my one of my crew, one of my attendees, one of the helpers there. They get taken to the back of the room where there's a little laptop. We ask a couple of questions. What's your niche? What's your topic? Whatever their topic is. If it's social media, pull down a Facebook product or something like that. And within about 20 minutes, we'll get to another slide where it says, return of the volunteer, do the live demo. And we show how quickly somebody from the audience has their own product up online with their picture. So we have a digital camera, we take a picture, we load that up. It all takes, the whole thing's done in literally 15 minutes from going into the library, hitting the search button on your favorite topic, choosing a product, downloading it, opening the product up, changing the name on that product to the volunteer's name, putting a picture of the volunteer, putting their PayPal button. And it could be, typically we try and find a very decent product, about $100 or $200 product. It could be a set of audio, video, something. The Facebook one that we used last time was a brilliant one. It shows you how to do fan pages, everything that you need to do on Facebook, how to create groups, how to do invites, the kind of etiquette, how to do positioning on Facebook, and really a complete A to Z guide on Facebook and how you can actually use Facebook to earn money. Great product worth a couple of $100. And what we did, we put it up when we put a price tag of about $5 on it. And when they come back, we show it to the audience and we say, look, there's a $200 product here. Who would like it for I don't know, $5, something like that. A large percentage of the audience, in fact, last time I think we had about 200 in the room, and way over 100 people, probably 140, 150 people, all bought that product at $5 each. So you can imagine that this volunteer from absolutely nothing made hundreds of dollars within 15 minutes, and that's such a powerful example of how quickly and how instantly that you can use this library to start making a fairly decent and fairly substantial amount of revenue. And I'm so excited. There's so much more to show you, but just watch as we go along. So you'll heard these phrases, or you will hear these phrases: content is king, the money is in the list. Well, guys, PLR in resale rights, that is the content, that's the product, and that helps you to build large lists, and the lists, which is the traffic in your niche. Now, you'll also hear the phrase that the list is where the money is. Guys, if you have a big list, you can make a lot of money. A lot of people miss the point that it's not necessarily just a list. Now look, let's supposing I give any one of you a list of 1 million emails, and you send an email out to this list of 1 million emails and say, hi, my name is Joe Blogs, and here's a Facebook product. Here's what will happen. From that 1 million list, you'll probably get 250,000 that'll hurl abuse at you because they don't know who you are and they'll call you a spammer. You'll get 250 that'll probably just hit the unsubscribe button. The others will probably just ignore you, and the response rate, will be, in terms of percentages, quite low. But if I sent to my list the same product, the response rate will be really very high because they know me, they've been on my list for a while, we have a relationship, and I use peer-aligned resale rights to achieve that good relationship by giving them free product. Now you imagine the power of that. Imagine I gave everyone on this webinar lots of free product. Would that make me popular? Yes, of course it would. Peer-aligned resale rights actually gives you that power to give stuff away to people and become popular and create a good relationship with them. It does. Listen to this story. This is an actual fact. I've gone into a pizza place to get a takeaway pizza, chatting to the guy behind the counter while my pizza was being cooked. The bill came to £18.90. The guy gave me those pizzas completely free. I had no intention of going in there to get free pizzas. I had no idea that I was going to walk out with £20, about $30 worth of free pizzas. We got talking. He had interest in a particular topic. I can't remember what it was. I emailed him the product from my library. He was so happy. He said, look, have these pizzas on the house. Do you see the power that you can have by having access to 1 million products that are worth so much money that you can use to give away, to build lists, build relationships, do joint ventures, do exchanges with people? Somebody's got a list, health, nutrition, and diet, for example, is a big niche. You can go into a health store and say, look, you've got a list of 4,000 members or 4,000 customers. Here I've got a product. We can deliver to them a great value product, and we can do a joint venture, and we can split that money 50-50. I'll show you examples of how myself and many others do this day in and day out and make a lot of money. I'm going to show you now just a couple of examples of the type of quality of the products that you get, the variety of and the range of peer-aligned resale rights. There's one here called a JV auction profits, secured joint venture deals using online auctions. There's another product here, Instant Guru Status. The Inner Circle Secrets have now been unleashed. It shows you how to go from newbie to a guru, certain tricks and certain things that people do to get an Instant Guru Status. Great product, great graphics. This is actually more to demonstrate the quality of the graphics rather than the products. I've got some product examples in a second. But these are just headers. And then these products, obviously, they come with a whole sales page. This is actually a complete website. I've just taken the headers from there to show you. And then we've got, the spa, relaxing spa treatments. Then we've got, playing golf. There's lots of sports. There's hypnosis, again, health, body, work from home. But you can see the quality of the type of graphics, the colors, the designs. I've been onto an outsourcing site to get graphics and headers and things like this designed many times before I started buying all this stuff to put in my library for you guys to access, have my own graphics made. A basic thing, even from an outsourcing site, will cost you about 40 to 50 bucks. Even if it costs you $20, most of this is here in the library to save you money. Here's that product I was talking to you about. We did this at a recent event, Facebook Profits. Absolutely brilliant product. You can sell this for $97, $197. Whatever you sell that for, it comes with resale rights, and you get to keep all that money. This is just one. I've got 1 million of these products, guys. I'm just going to show you a handful of them because there's just no way I can show you all 1 million of them. But this gives you an idea. Mobile marketing is just huge at the moment. People are making so much money from texting and mobile marketing. There's products on that. ClickBank, crikey, good friends of mine have made 1 million within a week on ClickBank. They launch a product. Those of you who know and heard of ClickBank will know exactly what I'm talking about. There's video courses, again, social media success, blogging. Again, people make a lot of money on blogging. This is Russell Brunson's product, The Other Side of List Building. This was a $200 product. I've got that in there as well. So in fact, you know what, just these 6 products here alone, forget the million, just these 6 here are probably worth about I'd reckon 3, it's probably about $500 worth of products just there. There's outstanding quality. There's another one here, how to drive massive traffic to your website as an audio ebook. We got niche checklist, again, master resale rights on that, worth $200. Affiliate marketing, AdWords strategy, how to turn website browsers into buyers. Just again, just this lot, I've got it here. Total master resale rights, just of these handful of products there. That's another $1,000 worth of products. There's this social networking, again, outstanding quality. You can see the whole range of ebooks. Even you know, we've got novels and, you know, all kinds from famous writers. Lots and lots and lots of products. You can, you know, it just opens up so many online business ideas. It's not funny. Again, there's a list of the topics. Again, I can't put all 700-800 niches on here, but you've got diet, dogs, ebooks, e-business, home entertainment, mystery, nature, poetry, self-help, self-defense, thrillers, travel, wedding, women, young adult, garden, fiction, crafts, ebooks, computers, cooking, cats, you know, beauty, ebooks, audio, articles, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. Basically, it's a whole treasure chest that you can go into and take what you like whenever you like and use it to do various things, which I'm going to show you, such as what. So, why PLR and resale rights? PLR and resale rights products, they speed up your route to entry. Very, very important. You know, you want to start making money straight away. This is probably the quickest way to make instant revenue. It saves 2 of the most valuable assets that any business has, which is time and money. You're going to save a lot of time and a lot of money using PLR and resale rights. It's probably the best, the quickest, and the easiest way to build a list. You know, list building is critical. You've got a huge list, you hit the button, send an email out, and you'll see sales start trickling in. I do it all the time. All internet marketers, all internet gurus do it. They send out an email to their list. And you know, there is an equation. If you're not making $3 per week per person on that list, then you're doing something wrong. So you can imagine the value as you start building up a list and doing joint ventures with people with lists. It's critical to build lists. You can educate yourself along the way from the product. I've saved tens of thousands of dollars, guys. I've never had to buy social media, WordPress, articles, this, that. I've had all these emails that you get every day in your inbox showing you how to do internet marketing for this, $97, $197, $400, $500. You never have to buy this again. It's all there. I've saved thousands of dollars by educating myself along the way from my own products. It complements any business of any kind. There's something in there for every niche. Professionally created by experts. They have sales copies that are written for you. They'll have graphics that are created for you, and you can claim that it's your own product. And I've put here subject to the license. You know, PLI and resale rights products, they come with licenses. So when you download an ebook, that ebook will have a license. It will say you can resell it, but you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. There's no police, so nobody's going to cut your hand off or put you in jail for breaching that license. All we can do is politely ask you that, guys, you know, when you download products, please observe the license, respect the author's wishes, please. You know, so we would appreciate that anytime you do download a product, that you do adhere to the license terms. But like I say, you know, a lot of people ask me that, look, you know, do I get sued or do I get jailed? And I can't sue you and I can't jail you because it's not my product. I have to, on my terms and conditions, just say to you, please observe the terms of the license. So that saves a lot of questions at the end, I hope. Okay, now this is quite a good slide here. PLI and resale rights has helped more internet millionaires to start up than any other strategy, period. That's a fact. And it continues to do so regardless of whatever niche that you're in. You can ask Mike the same. He was on yesterday. He was actually quite excited by that because he started with PLR and resale rights himself. I think I may have mentioned that just a while ago, but yeah, 7-8 years ago he started with that value-driven site. That's what got him to where it was, and he's actually said, yeah, it's cool, Mark, you can use my reference when you talk about PLI and resale rights, which is absolutely awesome. You know, to have a rubber stamp by a guy like that is just absolutely awesome, you know. Okay, so you will have heard some of these phrases, or you will hear some of these phrases, squeeze pages, domain names, traffic. You know, we're not talking about cars. When we talk about traffic, we're talking about clients coming to your website. Does internet marketing confuse you? Are you overwhelmed by Google, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, social media, webinars, affiliate marketing, blogging, article writing, AdSense, AdWords, SEO, CPA, PPC, ABC, CBQ? Sheesh, God, it's enough to drive you doolally, isn't it? Enough to drive you absolutely bonkers. Enough to drive you nuts, and you end up looking like something like this. You get stressed, you get confused. You know, I'm probably laughing and joking about this now, but it's actually a problem sometimes. I come off stage. I speak at a lot of events, even on webinars sometimes at the end when you do questions and answers, and people are pulling their hair out, saying, I'm overwhelmed. I'm completely confused. Now, my message to you here is, do not let that be an excuse for you to give up. Do not have any limiting factors. This is a common problem. This is probably the biggest reason why a lot of people throw the towel in. I almost did myself until I discovered this. I discovered that you've got to stay focused. I discovered you've got to take things step by step. But most importantly, I discovered that making money isn't rocket science. Now, again, you see there are a few slides in this presentation where if you learn nothing else and then just a couple of these crucial slides, you've probably made this hour well worth it. This actually saved my life. This actually, not literally saved my life. I wasn't about to commit suicide or anything like that, but it actually saved my life in terms of I was about to throw the towel in so many times. But then when I sort of just sat down and analyzed online business and offline business, product and traffic, that's really all it's about. Forget all the other stuff that can confuse you and that can cloud you. If you've got product and you can take people to that product, or you can service a particular niche, or satisfy a demand, or satisfy a need or requirement, or solve a problem in any area, give somebody a product that they need, you're going to make money. You know, the product is your goods and services, and the traffic is your people or the buyer. It's really, in a nutshell, it boils down to just product and traffic. So whether you're online or offline, you know, the principle, the concept, the foundation, the basics of any business are the same. Okay, this slide is going to be very interesting. I want you guys to pay as much attention as you can to this. There's about 15 sort of top business points here. They may seem basic, but these points have helped me grow small businesses into quite successful businesses very, very quickly. And sometimes we don't see the wood for the trees, and we actually miss the basics. So one thing that's very important, and I coach a lot of students, so I see some of these things happening all the time. And the statistics show that we are faced with about 4 opportunities on average every week. So when you see an opportunity, guys, seize that opportunity. I've done that many, many times. And if you fail to spot one, a lot of people say, oh, Mark, but I haven't seen an opportunity in months. You know, that's a lot of rubbish. They've always been there. If you fail to spot one, then, create one. I've done that. I've failed to spot an opportunity. Weeks have gone by and I haven't seen an opportunity. I've failed to spot it, but then I've created one. Once you've got this opportunity, I was talking to a student yesterday, and she said that, Mark, my niche is cake decorations, but I don't think I'm going to make. I don't think I'm going to be a millionaire selling cake decorations. Well, firstly, that's a limiting factor. If you're already telling yourself, I'm not going to be a millionaire on cake decorations, then how on earth are you going to find a way to become a millionaire? You're not, because you're actually telling yourself, I'm not going to do this. So firstly, take those beliefs right out, throw them right out of the window. And I said, well, how long have you been doing this? She said, I've been struggling to do it for a year. So now she's been struggling to do something for a year that she doesn't believe in. Do you see? So, once you've researched the market or the industry, if it's not suitable, eliminate it and move on. Once you've found the market or the industry that you think is suitable for you and you're going to go with it, try to find a gap within it, like I did with the vehicle security. I've done that with the resale rights, and I'll show you what gap I found and how I've solved the problems. And then educate yourself within that industry. I've seen so many times people, they're selling a particular product or service, but then their own clients and their own customers are actually teaching them about their own product. So if that happens to you guys, you need to take a step back and probably learn a little bit more than your clients. So educate yourself and make sure that you become a master in that product yourself. You'll be surprised at how many people cannot answer this very simple question. You're going to be able to solve the problem or satisfy the need within the industry. I've spoke to students and I've said, what's your product? What's your service? What does it do? And they'll give me half an hour spill on it, but during that half an hour, they've not told me how it solves the problem or how it satisfies the need for the target market. Very common problem. Do that for yourself. You've got a product or a service, just play that, don't do it now, pay attention to this, but make a note on the side and play that game yourself. And, give it half an hour, even do a 10-minute presentation on your own product or service, and you'll see that during that 5 or 10-minute presentation, you're probably not addressing what problem you're solving for somebody or what need you're satisfying for somebody. Improve what, if any, similar product or service is available. Nowadays you're going to be, pretty rare to be in a business where there's no competition. I think those days are long gone. Pretty much anything that you choose to do, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of competition. So you've got to improve what, if any, similar product or service that's available. These two I've again highlighted in yellow. We spoke about it earlier. We'll keep speaking about it again and again. Value, 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 service, 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 service. Now, we heard Marion earlier on saying that we answer every single email. We're very approachable. And, that's one of the things, in fact, where are we? Yeah, always be approachable and give outstanding service. And you see, one of the reasons why EFactor are so successful, and you'll see this, you look at any business. When you see a business that's very, very successful, very, very quickly, they have a set formula. They do certain things differently to other people, and that's what makes them successful. And if you want to do that, you're going to have to do exactly the same. Firstly, give value, give outstanding service, be flexible and adaptable to change, but be firm in your principles. Security and trust. So many websites you'll go onto, you won't see a contact name, a contact address, a refunds policy, a customer care policy. There's nothing there. There's no. I've logged off sites. I've gone to buy something. I've looked around. It just doesn't seem a comfortable site to me, and I'll go away. So if your website doesn't have a contact details, an email address, a returns policy, and certain basic things which one would look for on a website, then put them on your website, guys, and you'll find that your sales or your inquiries will rapidly, rapidly, rapidly increase. Always be approachable. Again, Mario mentioned that. I'm exactly the same. I won't go to sleep until all my emails, all my messages, and all my inquiries are dealt with. You have to, have a unique selling point to differentiate you from your competitor. Make things simple, but yet keep them effective. If you can simplify anything in your life, do it. If it's complicated, then if people find using your site or using your service or product is complicated, you're going to lose customers there. Make it easy to replicate. Again, This is something that I keep coming up with when I'm sitting down with my students, when I'm coaching anyone. They're actually scared of success, believe it or not, guys. Such a large percentage of the people that I sit with, instead of being scared of not making enough money, they're actually scared of being really successful. And I'll give you an example. I see businesses which they can replicate quite easily, sell them on as franchises, and they can double or triple their income. And when I mention that to students, they're actually shocked. They're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? If it triples my business, I've got to get 5 more staff, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to pay more tax, I've got to do this, I've got to get an accountant. They're scared. So why are they in business? And it's amazing. So, if you're scared of success, please do not be. You deserve it. That's why you're in it. That's why you work hard, and that's why I'm teaching you to work smart, because we're going to make a lot of money. So get used to it. Don't be scared of it. And don't forget to network, because JVs are key to starting and growing any business. So we spoke about staying focused in your lifestyle. Staying focused in your life. When I said I went through certain issues in my life and I stayed focused. Apart from focus, most importantly, making a decision is crucial. It's critical. Taking action. These are all common denominators that'll differentiate successful people from, like there's the 20-80 rule that 20% of people will make 80% of the money. 98% of internet marketers will fail. Only 2% will succeed, because a lot of them cannot make a decision and a lot of them cannot take the action. And if you make a decision and you take action, inevitably it's going to produce results. There's nothing else that can happen other than it will produce results. It could be a good result, it could be a bad result. If it's a bad result, it's still a result because you've learned something from it. I've always made decisions, I've always taken action, and it's always produced results. And in this case, this is what it produced for me, guys. The world's largest PLR and resale rights warehouse. So let's just look at PLR and resale rights revenue streams. You can sell the product on your own mini site, and that's mostly provided with every product. It's got, as I showed you a little bit earlier. That's kind of being smart. Make value bundles. I'll tell you why value bundles. And yesterday I was talking in a webinar, and the more I think about it, the more I'm going to be doing more of this next year. Yesterday I said on the webinar as well, I'm a little bit surprised why I haven't done more of this. But when I first started, within the first few months, because I always talk about value, there was a social media event going on, and I'd hired a small booth. It was like a 5 foot by 2 foot desk like you have in an office. I paid £125, which is about $170 to rent that desk space. I printed a lot of leaflets, and what I did was I went into my website and I picked 50 social media products. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, social media, blah, blah, blah. And I touched up the value of these products, and those 50 products came to a value at retail. If I put the websites up and put the price on them, they were anywhere between sort of $2,500 in value of those 50 products. On average, about $49 each. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take a handful of discs with me, some leaflets, and if I can sell 20 or 25 of those in a day, I'll be quite happy. I'll make £1,000 in a day. So I went to a video duplicating place. I said, look, can I have 25 CDs burnt? There's a master disc with 50 products on it. If you can just burn a couple of dozen of these, I'd really appreciate it. And they said, look, I'm sorry, but our minimum run is 100. And I was like, crikey, what the hell am I going to do with 100 of these? But it was 32 cents. That came to $32. Wasn't a lot of money. I thought, you know what, that's fine. Let's do 100, and I can probably sell some more at another show or sell them online. Went to this event, had my desk, printed out some leaflets. I took all 100 with me. They were in the box. I thought, what the hell, in case I sell a few more, I'll take them with me. By 4 o'clock, I'd sold out. Absolutely, guys. $5,000 in a day using PLR and resale rights, creating value bundles. Can you imagine the power of this, guys? Yeah. And genuinely, I'm going to be doing more of this. In fact, there's a Chelsea dog show coming up next year. That's going to be one of my first ones that I do next year. Convert them to CD or DVD. I have made, like, I'll give you an example, that value bundle. I mean, that one CD cost me 40-something pence in total, 40-something cents in total, which is including the plastic case, printing the cover, and printing the disc itself. I've made DVDs for less than $1, and I've sold them, guys. Get ready for this. You're probably not going to believe this, but I swear to God, when I say this on stage, people actually get a shock because I actually physically show them DVDs that have cost me £1. I've sold them for $297, guys. Seriously, I kid you not. Lots and lots of them. We're going to show you how you can do all this really very, very easily. You know, by the time you finish with me, guys, if any of you say I'm not making any money, I'll take a flight to whichever countries and I'll kick your butt. But you can mix and create home study courses. I do that quite a lot. You can create mini courses and distribute it to your mailing list. I do that as well. Making physical books I haven't done myself because, you know, I can probably chat to you about this for 15 minutes, but it doesn't make commercial sense, you know. I don't think printing physical books, but I've got I've got members that do it. One guy regularly goes to, we have here boot sales. They're like a garage sale. There's rows of cars. In fact, we call it boot. You Americans call it the trunk. You may call it trunk. But there's rows of cars with the trunks open, and they're selling, you know, products and, you know, sort of stuff that, like a garage sale, you know, stuff that's unwanted. And this guy, believe it or not, he's got a beautiful printer at home. He's got one of these ring binder punches that he makes into like a nice ringy kind of ebook, puts a nice cover on it, prints dozens of these, you know, sells them for $9.99, $10.99, whatever the craze is, and he does well out of it. He does a couple of days a week. He makes whatever, $400 or $500 on selling physical books, and yeah, it works for some. I don't do it. I've never sold physical books from my library, but you can do. You can print them out and sell them. You can add affiliate links to your PLR. I do that quite a lot. So you can see, guys, you know, you've probably been on webinars before. You probably get a lot of emails. You must have been to events. You've studied internet marketing. You know, one thing I won't do, guys, is one thing I don't agree with, and I see a lot of, sadly, a lot of gurus do it, is they make money from teaching people how to make money. Well, that's not right. You know, you can't stand on stage and say, you know, I make X million pounds a year by doing a particular kind of business, but you're not really doing that business. All you're doing is you're teaching that business, and you're teaching people how to make money. Did you understand what I'm saying? I'm sure you guys have seen this before. What I offer is something that's real, it's value, it's a proper business, it's automated, and it operates from home. I sell a tool. I sell the hammer and the chisel, you know, not smoke and mirrors, not a dream that I'm going to teach you how to make £1 million in 5 minutes, come and give me $10,000. I don't agree with that, and I don't do that. What I do is I offer you a real, valuable, proper business that you can run automatedly from home. And you know, this is probably why my business has become extremely successful in such a very short amount of time, and it's very, very attractive to people, you know, because audiences across the world and audiences of webinars, time and time again, they're not silly. You know, you can only do a couple of those before people say, you know, I've been on webinars and I've seen people that very quickly you can tell what's real and what's not real. So I thought this slide was quite important for me just to mention that at this stage, that you can see it's real value, it's a proper business, automated, and it works from home. Right. Having said that, by adding PLR and resale rights products as bonuses, you'll improve your conversions or your sales of your existing product or service. just take a couple of seconds there because it's really very important. Whatever product or service that you've got, by adding PLR and resale rights as bonuses, it'll help you convert. So when you, I don't know, whatever, say you're selling, I don't know, a pet care kind of service. But then on top of that, if you say, look, well, here are 10 extra pet care products that I can add on top of that, just as a bonus, you'll sell more of the service because now you've just created a lot more value. So whether you're selling it, you know, online or offline, whether it's from a website or if you're speaking from stage or whichever way, it'll help you in both of those. A few examples of several uses. You can use it to obtain a name and email. That's what we were talking about, squeeze pages. Well, what a squeeze page does is it obtains your name and email address. Like, you know, when you, for example, when you went on this webinar, it asked you for a name and email address to register for the webinar. So that was like a squeeze page. Okay? That's really critical to build lists. Now, we had, I don't know, almost 1,000 members that registered for this particular webinar. And so now we've got an extra 1,000 names and email addresses. So now we're building a list. Use it to promote your brand or any other product as we've discussed, okay? You can use it to add value. We've discussed as bonuses. You can use it to joint venture, and this allows you to do a lot of deals. In fact, we spoke about, you know, people with lists you can do a deal with, supply the product, and then you can add those to them. That's how you'll expand fast as well. You can split it as content to the site. I do that quite a lot. Make perfect niche bundles with that show offer that we just spoke about. Up and down, so I'll talk to you about that in a second. You can use it to monetize parked domains. So there's lots and lots of different uses. Now, e-products, guys, we're going to talk about e-products now. And this is where you're going to see not just the value and the power of just PLI and resale rights, but the whole global internet-based business. And we just talk about, you know, EFactor and how they've grown in 3.5 years from like just a basic idea in a coffee shop like probably Harry Potter, you know, writing that book into a huge business. And they're actually, you know, listing on the markets in a few years. This is what you can do electronically in the world nowadays. Facebook, look at Facebook. I don't know, what is it, 6 or 7 years, bigger than Tesco, which have been running for 100 years. So, you know, e-products, anything to do electronically and online, it's really a cash flow solution. Now, this again is very, very important. Just have a look at this for a second. No production cost, no postage cost. The delivery is instant. There's no storage cost. There's no staff. 100% bottom line. Accessible anytime, from anywhere. And I put here, don't miss the trick. Because you can often, it's very easy to get sidetracked. Online businesses are the best way to make money, period. Can you think of anything better than a vast warehouse full of outstanding product that you can access and sell from anywhere in the world for any price between 0 and $19.97 or a couple of $1,000 when you want, as many times as you want? It's a dream come true for anyone doing business online. Now, you know, here in the UK, we used to say that MOT garages are a license to print money. You know, MOT garages are they are garages. MOT stands for the Ministry of Transport. Now, every car in the UK, with 28 million cars in the UK, every car has to have an annual certification, an MOT certificate, Ministry of Transport certificate. To it goes through like a roadworthy test every year to make sure the brake pads, the seat belts, the lights, the wipers, you know, the tires, etc., are all safe and roadworthy. And garages could make, you know, £2,000 to £3,000 in a day just by running a car through the garage within 10 minutes to do an MOT check on it. And we used to call them license to print money in those days. That was the offline license to print money. Guys, nowadays e-products are, without any doubt, no question, e-products are a license to print money. This is a fact that you can set up your own e-products business that's capable of producing revenues 24/7, literally as soon as today. using PLR and resale rights. And we do that as a demo, which I showed you earlier. And again, that other slide is coming in a second. Okay, so this is very important. If we just look at the top half of this slide for a second, just look at the top 3 boxes, which is a squeeze page, offer page, and a thank you. Now, there's 2 ways you can set up an online business. The top 3 pages show you, the top 3 boxes show you one way of doing it, which is you start off with a squeeze page, which is a brief intro or a brief intro on the product, and it can be done either by video or text. Video is becoming more popular. Text, sort of written text, is sort of going out of fashion. And, you know, the video or the text could say something like, you know, hi, I'm Mark Nathwani. We're going to talk to you, you know, about pet keeping, dog training, or whatever the case is. Put your name and your email address just here on the left-hand side, and we're going to take you onto the other side. We're going to show you exactly blah, 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 blah. So somebody put in the name, the email address, and that will take them to the next page. Now, the next page would be your offer page, which will be like your landing page, or effectively your sales page, and it will go through the description of the product, which is what the PLR and resale rights products they come with. They come with a full sales page with a header, beautifully designed with the testimonials and graphics and all that kind of stuff that gives you a full description of the product. Then there'll be, you know, various order now buttons. You guys must have seen, you know, tons of these. You probably get emailed those every day. And at the end there's an order now button. So people will click that button, they'll buy. It'll take you to a thank you page, which is a download page, where you'll download your product. It could be an ebook or an audio or a video or a graphic or a font or whatever, you know, the electronic product is that you've bought. At that stage, guys, now this is where we go back to my video vault and my video store. Excuse me, just 1 second. You talk for so long, your mouth runs dry. Now, here, when you've got a customer, he's just bought your product, so you've gone through all the trust and the security issues. You know, he likes you, he likes the product, he's bought from you. This is the best time to sell this guy who's, you know, effectively the guy who's buying the video, and, you know, to sell him a sweet or chocolate or tobacco. This is now where you can sell him something else. So if somebody just bought a product from you, and obviously in the PLR and resale rights library you've got thousands of products in the same niches, offer him another product and say, here, sir, you've just bought a Facebook product. This is another product which is, you know, you can say there's a selection of them. There's 5 social media products here worth $500. OTO is a one-time offer. Because you've already just bought something, we're going to offer you these 5 worth $500 for $49 today. All 5 products, $49. You'll see at least 20 or 30% statistically will convert, they will buy. A lot of people will say, no thank you, just give me the product that I bought. That's fine, it's not a problem. But if you got 20, why leave extra money on the table? You've got 20 or 30% convert and they'll buy that extra product. Why not? All of that then gets collected into your database, your autoresponder, which is your email management system, which is critical. Again, that's where you know, you can't use Outlook or Outlook Express when you start building big lists. You need a proper email management system. And again, we're going to talk about that in a second when we talk about the ingredients, because that's one of the ingredients of online success. Without that, you're not going to make huge amounts of money. And the other way of doing it is you can take the squeeze page out, because often, you know, sometimes they happen, depend on what it is, but sometimes people get put off a squeeze page. They belong to about 50 lists already. They don't want to sign up to another one. They'll just click off the site. So sometimes it's better just to have, or you can, you know, you can do tests, run a test, have certain ones with squeeze pages, certain ones without, and see which one converts better, and then use the one which works better. I run tests all the time with my stuff. So the other way you can do it is just have the landing and the sales page straight away with the order now button. Again, the same. You've got the thank you, the download, the one-time offer. Now, I've done this as an example because sometimes you can go to a second offer. Less percentage will convert. You'll probably get 15 or 20% that will buy the second product. But there's still, it could be a huge amount of money. You know, if you've sold 100 of something and 20% buy the upsell, there's 20 lots of another, you know, $50 for example, and then out of those 20, even if you can sell, you know, $50 worth of product to another 5 of them, there's still another $250 in your bin, you know. So you can run. I've seen offers go up to 6 times sometimes, guys. Not something I would personally recommend. I wouldn't go more than twice. People do it. I don't recommend it, but up to twice is fine. You know, you'll find it will put extra money in your pocket. How many ways can you use this formula that I've just showed you, and how many ways can you make money online? Let me show you. Pre-aligned resale rights can be used for any of these strategies. Look, there's loads of them here. If you haven't got time to write this down, honestly, don't worry. I can give you this slide. Just email me at the end. I'll give you my email address at the end. Don't worry. But basically, the point here was that, I mean, this is probably, I don't know, about 30 different ways you can make money online. Each and every one of these, you can use PLR or resale rights. Any one of these. Okay, so you get the idea there. Now, this is interesting, guys. Who agrees that affiliate marketing is brilliant? Yep, big show of hands. Sure, it is. And this is why, you know, when I speak on stage and I ask the audience, everyone puts their hands up because everyone makes a lot of money on affiliate marketing. It's brilliant because the hard work is always done for you because it's ready-made products. And I ask people, I say, look, why do you use, why do you do affiliate marketing? And they say, oh, well, because you know what, it's easy. I can go into ClickBank. I can have a look at hundreds of different topics. I see which is the bestseller of the day. It could be satellite TV from your desktop, or it could be, beekeeping of the day or something like that. And I see that 36 people have bought that product for the day, or 360 people have bought that, and it's a high converting product. I don't have to do anything. I just pick that product, put it on my website, drive a little bit of traffic to it, and before you know it, end of the week, I've made 5 or 10 sales. And when I'm fed up with it, I can cancel it, take another product. So it's really very easy. And this is 9 out of 10 the response that I get. And I agree. It is a good way of making money, but here's the problems. Here's the problem with this. And when I tell people this, they're like, crikey, Mark, you're absolutely right. And from all these affiliate marketers, nobody seems to do this. We're just going to take a break for 1 second because I've got a few people trying to attract my attention here. One of my businesses, right, nobody responds when you use it. Oh yeah, somebody's saying there's a contact us buttons on sites, but when you contact us, nobody responds. Okay. Okay, fine. Sorry, just a few people attracting my attention here. I thought if it's something really important, then I'll just have a quick look at it. Okay, cool, fine. Nope, there's nothing really major there. I thought somebody probably couldn't hear me or something like that. Fine. Okay, so we're going to carry on. My apologies. Thank you for your patience. Now, when people go to ClickBank, or there's many sites similar to ClickBank, and they go and get a product, you'll find that the product provider, the person who's put that product up on ClickBank or wherever it is often not even the creator. You know what they've done? They've probably gone to my site or a similar site, pulled the product, put it up on ClickBank, and they're getting 50%, guys, on thousands of sales. And you get your clients. You've worked hard, you've driven traffic to that product. Not just you, but hundreds of other people. They all go to ClickBank, they get a product, they sell it. This guy getting 50% of 50 mugs. All mugs going out there selling his product, and he's happily building his list, and he's probably sitting at home having a cup of tea watching television. Absolute fact. It really annoys me, guys, because this is what happens. ClickBank make billions from people. This is how you can make affiliate marketing better for yourself. How can you be at the top of that ladder, and how can you get all those thousands of sales for yourself? Well, this is how, guys. PLR and resale rights. Affiliates sell, you collect the money. Put your product on ClickBank and other similar sites. There's hundreds of them. Drive traffic to it as you would have done anyway, but this time you keep 100% of the profit, guys. Does that make sense? Not just 50%. You keep 100% of it. It's all yours. You can JV with other list owners. Let them market, you collect. You can invite affiliates on social media. Is a brilliant way of grabbing affiliates. Social media is absolutely fantastic to make money nowadays. If you're not using, Facebook, LinkedIn, all these places to make money, using PLR and resale rights, then I really should get on a flight and kick your guys' butts. All upsells are yours. 100%. Now, what happens is a lot of times you go into ClickBank, you get a product, you sell it, you don't know what's happened afterwards, because if you read the small print in the affiliate agreement, it'll say that you'll only get 50% for this sale. You won't get any more for any upsells. 50-50. Some people do. Some guys, they're quite good, and an affiliate is a proper affiliate, and they will give you 50% of upsells. But a lot of the time, they won't do that. So you're going to lose the upsells. You're going to lose the client. You're going to lose 50% of the money. The guy hasn't made the product. So I can keep going on and on. You get the point. Most importantly, guys, forget point 1 to 5. The most valuable thing is you will own your list, and that list is going to make you money forever and ever. Okay, so who'd like to get involved with making money on webinars? One of my students, this is what he said to me. He said, "Mark, do you make money on webinars?" I said, "Yeah, I'm on webinars all day long, blah blah blah." He goes, "No, Mark, hang on, slow down a minute." He goes, "Are you making money using your own products on webinars?" I said, "Yeah, I do." What did he said? "No, listen, this is what I'm trying to say to you, Mark." I said, "Go on, tell me." He said, "I've just taken a product from your website," and this is what the guy did. He joined my resale rights club. He downloaded this product. This was his own initiative, his own idea. I never had this slide before. He actually taught me this whole strategy. This is incredible, and now a lot of my members do it. He downloaded this product, Dynamic 6-Pack Abs. He read that book, and he made a PowerPoint presentation on that book on how to get 6-pack abs. He got the key points on it, what exercising you should do, what you should eat, how you do it, etc., etc., etc. A bit of nutrition. I don't know the content of that book, but he made a really nice presentation on it. Then he went to a bunch of people, lots of people. I think he approached about 100 people, and got 20 people to agree to do a mail out for a webinar. He did a webinar. He did the PowerPoint. This is amazing. This guy taught me how to do this. One of my members, he just joined my club literally like a week ago, and he's starting to do this kind of stuff. And then at the end of that, he sold the P90X, which is a home bodybuilding course. And that, I think it's about $49, or I don't know, something like that. I don't know exactly how much it is. But then you get these, the barbells that you hang on your door frames, and you get these dumbbells, and you get all these kind of accessories. I think the whole kit's like about $100. This is what the guy made, guys. On his first webinar. I take my hat off to this guy. He joined my library. He downloaded one ebook, which was like a £4.90 to $4.99 ebook. He read it, created a PowerPoint, went to a bunch of people. How simple. How much simple can you get? £1,800 as well. The guy now sits at home, makes a living doing this day in and day out on products that he's never heard of. He did another one on beekeeping. I don't know what it was, bee or honey. He was selling I kid you not, guys. Honestly, this guy's incredible. He was selling a jar of honey for like $67 or $97. I couldn't believe it. The guy is selling bucket loads. Honestly, he knows nothing about beekeeping. He knows nothing about honey. He downloaded that product from a library, studied beekeeping. It took him a week, put on a PowerPoint, went to a bunch of people who would email out for him, does webinar. It's just such a fantastic formula. There's a product in my library called Secret Webinar Riches. This product in the library actually shows you how to make money on webinars. Guys, I can't give you more tools to start making money tomorrow morning. I'll keep going on because there's a lot more to go. I hope you're enjoying this. Ingredients for online success. Now, these are the things that you need to make money online. If you've got these, this is all you're going to need. This is all I use to make ridiculous money online, sitting from I'm here at home. I'm at my desk. On my right-hand side, I can see my wife and my kids. They're watching television. Got the Christmas tree up. This is what you could do, guys. You could make ridiculous amounts of money sitting from your home. First ingredient, and I'm going to stress these points because I really want you guys to make money. I want to change your lifestyle. Once this is finished, look at my website, look at my Facebook, look at my event I did a couple of weeks ago. Just go through my wall and look at hundreds and hundreds of messages from people that I've never met in my life before who've said, Mark, your event, your presentation, your products have changed my life. These are ordinary folk that I've never met before, and I want I want more of you to do that. Yesterday on Mike Filsane's webinar, again, plastered with people saying, you've just given me the most fantastic tool that anyone could ever give, and the information that you give on how to use it is just, I can see all kinds of possibilities. So pay attention, guys, because I want all of you to walk out with exactly the same benefits. Mindset is very important. I put mindset 3 times. You need product. That's why I've got my library. That's the most important thing. You can't make any money without product. You need traffic. I'm going to go through traffic in a minute. We're going to go through all of these points. Relationship with that list. Coaching. In fact, we've discussed relationship with the list. Coaching. Education. You need basic techie skills. You know, when I started, I knew absolutely nothing. I mean, I didn't know what FTP stood for. You know, that's God, it's a tip of my tongue. I forgot already. The protocol that you use to upload products. But you know, simple, really basic things. I didn't know. I didn't know what FileZilla did, but now I do. You know how to, buy a domain name. I didn't know how to buy a domain name, so I didn't have basic techie skills. You need an autoresponder. You need to host your product somewhere, and you need a payment processor. If you want to use mine, let me know. I'll give you my PayPal details and let all the money go into my PayPal. I'm only kidding, guys. I'm only kidding. But you need a payment processor. So if you've got these things, if you've got the right mindset, product and traffic, obviously, because that makes money, building a list, having a relationship, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go through this list again in a minute, but I'm going to go through every one of these products individually. Let's start with mindset. What is mindset? What is a success mindset? Is it positive thinking? Is that what it is? Is it determination that, you know, I've got the determination, so I've got the right mindset? Is it an ambition? You know, that I'm really ambitious. I want to make £1 million. Is that what the right mindset is? Is it confidence? You know, some people are really very confident. They say, okay, you know, I've got the confidence. Is that what it is? Is it ability? You know, some people are very able. Some people are not so able. Is ability, you know, having the ability, is that a success mindset? Is it just a sheer desire that that's it? You know what, I've just got a desire to be a millionaire. I've got the right mindset. Or is it all of the above? Is it a combination of all the above? Well, look, here's the answer. You're going to be surprised, guys. The actual answer is it's you. It's your thoughts. Your success mindset is going to begin inside of your brain. And here's how we're going to seriously lift you guys to an outstanding and extraordinary levels. I'm going to show you something in a second which is so powerful. Your thoughts are your power. They are your past. So if you look at your past life, they're a result of your thoughts. If you look at your present life, where you are right now, these are all an absolute result of your thought process. And where you're going to be tomorrow, and where you're going to be in 5 years' time, and where you're going to be in 10 years' time, it begins with your thought. You've got to think where you're going to be. It's my mindset that got me through many challenges. I looked ahead and I could see where I was going. And with that vision, I got there. So with the right thought process, you can achieve your desires. Normally, at a live presentation, I do a quick exercise. I've done it on webinars a couple of times. It doesn't work too well, so we're actually going to skip that. But I'm going to talk to you about this master key system. Again, this is another slide which, if you take nothing away with you today, and just this master key system alone is going to completely, dramatically and drastically change your life. My kids have studied the master key. If you ask them, you know, what's really helped them become young professional lawyers and very successful at a very young age, they'll tell you it's this mindset, the master key mindset system. Some of the most successful people in the world have followed this. This is not a joke. Some of the, you know, the wealthiest millionaires and billionaires in the world have studied the master key system. The law of attraction, the secret, they originated from this. That's what they're based on. Tony Robbins preaches, you know, probably 90% of the master key system. He's learned most of it from here. It's a 24-part mini course. It costs typically about $400. I'm going to show you where you're going to get all these ingredients from in a second. Okay, so let's just run through these really quickly. The other ingredient was product. Well, you know, you may well have a product, but you'll find that you can never have too much product, and you can never have too much content. You know, you're never going to have too much of these two things. Excuse me. I used to say I'm approaching 500,000 products That was my really I was used to get really excited when I was hitting my 500,000 target. Then I said, I've exceeded that. Then when I exceeded that, I used to say, I'm approaching 1 million. Now, guys, I tell you, I've exceeded 1 million products. I'll soon be saying I'm approaching 2 million. I hope I can exceed that pretty soon. But okay, so once you've got your product, you need traffic. That's the target market of your audience or the buyers, which is basically start building a list. Now, JVs is probably the best lead generation strategy because it's instant and it's free. Search engine optimization is backlinks from articles, blogs, social media, forums. Again, that's free. You can do that yourself. Video, YouTube, etc. You can get traffic from all of these sources. It's free. Now, there's two other sources, which is AdWords and media buying. They're both instant, but they cost money. Personally, I wouldn't recommend AdWords and media buying unless you've really studied it and you know exactly what you're doing, because you could end up losing your shirt over it. The other ingredient was coaching. To get decent coaching, you're going to spend about $1,000. If anybody coaches you for less than that, and I'm not sure if they're going to be the best kind of coaches, but expect to spend about $9,000 kind of bucks. Then we talk about the basic techie. This is, I spend ages talking to you about this alone. I said to you that I've, made products for less than $1 and sold it for $2.97. This is actually a PLR product, which I bought. I relabeled it in my own brand. It's called Let's Make Money. I made the disc. This is actually a physical product. I made this into an actual physical product. I burnt the discs. I made the cover, put my logo on it. Guys, you're not going to believe how many of these I've sold. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these. They cost me $1 and I've sold for $297. Brilliant DVD set. Takes you step by step. It holds your hand from downloading a product, everything you need to do, to uploading it and then testing it. The other ingredient we talked about was an autoresponder. Do you remember when you collect all the data, you put it into an autoresponder that's going to hold your list and your database, which you're going to use to do emailing, and that's what's going to generate you the cash on a weekly basis. You need hosting. Obviously, if you've got large websites, domain names and things, you need somewhere to host them. That could cost anywhere between, probably a couple of dollars a week, all the way up to, I'm spending now in the region of about £600, which is about $1,000 a month on hosting. I've got huge servers, 2 or 3 terabytes. Then we've got backups. Then we've got clouds. Then we've got email servers. Altogether, my hosting bill is about $1,000 a month. That's with a virtual ISP. Education. Now, to be educated on internet marketing, there's a system here called the Internet Millionaire System. Absolutely fantastic home study course. It's a 28-part DVD set. This is typically about $1,500. There's another one here called Internet Business Basics. Again, an awesome home study course. It's taught slightly differently to the other one. Oops, excuse me, keep doing this. It's taught slightly differently to the other one, and that's about another $1,500 as well. So, to be educated in internet marketing, a couple of these courses, about $3,000, and you'll be well on your way. And I'm going to show you in a minute where you get all these ingredients from. Just stay tuned, as we say. So let's just have a very quick recap. Why you must use PLI and resale rights as a business. I'll give myself a free plug again, the world's largest library, why you must use it. Because it's perfect for tools and education. It's a must for value. It's a must for bonuses. It's a must for content. You can access it anytime from anywhere in the world. It's your $1 million tool. Even if you just put $1 value for each product, guys, there's over $1 million. There's over $1 million worth. It's just if you put $1 per product. You can see why I get excited about this, can't you? I mean, the products are worth literally tens of millions. When I had 1,000 products on my desktop, what I was telling you about earlier, even if you put a $10 value on 1,000 products, that's $10,000. This is a million products. You never have to worry about products across almost any niche ever again, and it solves one of your biggest problems. You won't be on your own anymore, and you've got a full product list which is available for browsing or downloading, and it's got search facilities and all the rest of it as well. You saw this slide earlier. We're just going to run through it again very quickly. It's an article source, a graphic source, tutorial source, sales page source, template source, image font source, education source on almost any topic, audio and video product source. Basically, it's money, 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 and it's an answer to almost any question, and it assists all strategies. And I've put here, guys, a complete no-brainer. Okay. If you sell just one PLI and resale rights product, you can make anywhere between, depending on what your price range or what product is, anywhere between $1, or really zero if you use it to build a list. But if you're selling one, anywhere from $1 to 2,000, whether you're online or offline. You know, I've sold online and offline, and you can make that instantly. So you can imagine what you can do with the right JV partner. We're going to talk about that actually in a second. Where's that previous slide gone? There. Okay, now this is a couple of examples. In fact, I need to change this. I've actually, I've done. I mean, I've way outstripped these slides. One's October. I've done, much better than that since then. But that $3,000 I did on the 24th of October, I did that in an hour. And that 4,067, I think that one was April this year, isn't it? Yeah, there it is, 28th of April this year. That's when I was with, when I did a JV with Russell Brunson. And in one day, I think we made over $12,000 in sales. And by the time we paid commissions to JVs and split that, I actually made $4,000 in a day. And that was, the other one was £3,000. It's about $5,000 we made in an hour. And these are genuine screenshots. If you want, I'm very happy to log into my PayPal, my Kickback account, and show you. But these are genuine proof shots. In fact, is my name and account number in English? No, it's not. Okay, testimonial. What others have to say. Spending time with you, Mark, after working with you has qualified what I first thought about Genie Dream, which is the website, by the way. You and your team are the best I've ever worked with. Thank you. Your site is massive, so organized, and on top of that, your help is fantastic. I'd recommend your site. It's the best deal that I've ever found on the internet. You have caused me to put up my first website. I'm on the way to the stars, and I shall tell your story to all that come to my site. Thank you for your guidance, by Ray Terrett. It was a great weekend, and great to meet you, Mark. You struck me as a person who really cares about the people on your program and wants to help them succeed. Best wishes, by Ian Flood. He's right, I do care, and I do want to help people succeed. This is a very interesting story. Again, I don't want to take too much time, but again, things like this really excite me because, this girl met me at an event. She looked to me about 16 years old. She's actually a lot older than that. I refused to sell her my program because I thought her father was going to come and grab me by the collar and throttle me, saying, "What are you doing? Taking a $1,500 or $2,000 from my daughter," which is a price that I charge for my access to my library when I'm speaking on stage. It's $19.97, I refused. She didn't have a clue. I asked her a couple of questions. She had absolutely no idea. I don't think she could have even logged on. I like to think I'm a good judge of character, and I can tell within a few minutes who I'm speaking to. I made a huge mistake by refusing, because in the end I gave up with her arguments and insistence, and I put on a receipt in big red letters, "You will get your money back," because I thought if she shows this to her father, then at least I've given assurances that but anyway, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have argued with her. She became one of my better students. In the first 16 days, guys, this is a true story. Her name's Eva Shearman. You can look her up on Facebook and message her. Her post is still there. Facebook don't delete history. She put a post up saying 16 days, 9,000. And Peter Padfield, who's another person, responded saying, "Eva, you're awesome. It's one of the most powerful stories I've ever heard." And then later on, she put another post up, "I started my journey online using Mark's library 37 days ago, and I'm experiencing phenomenal success." Look at the power of those words, guys. This is a young girl. She's actually 19. She's now, believe it or not, marrying an ex-business partner of mine. Believe it or not. Yep. They're actually getting married, moving into a huge home. She's actually buying, guys, listen to this is a fact, and I kid you not. And I'll connect you to her on Facebook, and you'll see next week this 19-year-old girl is moving into a £2.4 million mansion not far from where I'm living. Yeah, isn't that amazing? 3.6 million, I think, dollars that would come to almost $4 million. This young girl, and yeah, that's a success story. These are others. You know, Mark, you've very effective and straightforward. You have a very active and straightforward access to real products 24/7. Very useful, affordable, and flexible products. So that 1 million free products blew me away. You have some incredible stuff there, bro. Another one said, allows you to start or build your business now. Another one said, starting to make money excites me. Another one saying, I'm increasing my sales already. Another one saying, I wasn't so sure when I joined. This guy bought it on impulse. And then later on he said to me, you know, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I made the decision. This was quite a long email, actually. I've just taken an extract from that. But he explains how, you know, he didn't have any money. He was really scared. He didn't know what to do, but he just got a good gut feel from what I said that this is something that he could do. Really, really good guy, actually. He does really well out of this. Then the other one, it says, you know, you're not kidding, Mark. World's largest library or what? So this is where we bring that student back that I was talking about earlier. You know, and then we show the website up and running. In fact, if I've got time at the end, I'll actually show you this last one that I just did at my event last week. I'll show you that in a second if I get a chance. So, you know, we get to a stage where you're going to say, all right, Mark, I like it. I can clearly see and recognize the opportunity. Do you remember this, guys? We were talking about this from the beginning. You can see and recognize an opportunity. You should, by now, see and recognize this opportunity. You're probably thinking what a vital tool this is for anyone in business, whether they're online or offline. It's a no-brainer. How much does it cost to join you, and how much does it cost to join your PLI and resale library? Well, before I answer that question, we've got another half a dozen slides before we get to the crucial how much. And I'll tell you why. Because how much is it really shouldn't be the question, guys. And this is where we're going to start getting you to think and change your thought process and change your mindset. Learn to think about things in this way. How much can it make me? What should be going through your mind are a number of ideas how you can use this site and how you can start making money. It doesn't matter how much it costs. Because if you can make $10,000 from this, which is nothing, then it's worth even half of that. And if you can make $10,000 out of this, it's actually worth 10. Because you can keep repeating that 10 again and again and again. You can make it 10 times 10. And you've only paid 10 for it. So the price doesn't matter. How much it can make you is what's really the most important question. Think positively. You should be thinking that if I make one sale, just one sale on, I don't know, even that mindset program, if you get that with the resale rights, you know, just one of those, you'll get £400. And if you can partner with somebody, or one good partner, or one clever strategy, like even that webinar guy, or, you know, the affiliate marketing, I've given you so many ideas. You can add a zero, and you really can. And people do it all the time. So don't ask, you know, how much is it? Just think of how this can change your life. You know, you're on this webinar for a reason. You're on this webinar to learn multiple streams of income. And if you're really serious about it, guys, then how much is it shouldn't be a concern. Because if you really want to change your life and you really want to start making money online, I don't think there's anybody on this planet that can give you the tools and the A to Z ingredients that I can. And I very confidently put my hand on my chest, and I'll tell you that without any question, without any doubt, with the fullest of confidence. And I challenge anybody, and I challenge any of you, you're not going to find a better way of making money online, and I can assure you that. Here's a way to be really smart. Now, one of the reasons I've put this e-store in yellow is because I want you to remember this e-store for a second, because I'm going to come back to you in about 7 or 8 slides and you're going to see what this e-store is all about. So just keep that in your memory for a second. Now, if you start a membership site, if you can get one member a week at £10, one member a week, just one a week at $10, sorry. At the end of the year, you're going to have 52 members, and you're going to be earning $520 per month, and that's one. If you get 3 and you do a $20 membership site, which is not expensive, you see lots of, I've seen sites at $50 a month, you know. But if you get 3 a week, that's $3,000 a month. Guys, you've got to see the power of this. You know, there's all the content that you will ever need to create, not one membership site. I've got enough content in my library for you to go and create a dozen of these, guys. A dozen membership sites. Yes, Chris Farrell, don't know if you know him. He started a membership site. The guy makes over $50,000 a month from a membership site. He's doing a huge event now in Las Vegas next year, showing people how to make membership sites. It's not difficult. You don't need to put an event to tell people how to do membership site. I'll show you how to do that now. 500 members. And guys, look, again, I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting, you know, but I've got over 2,000 members in less than 2 years. You imagine how much monthly income I've got generated. And that's because of value. So please pay attention, guys. This is a big tool for you to start generating money that you never imagined you could make. And it's doable. People do it all the time. Joint venture, and I'll talk to you more about that at the end. And, you know, watch one of my slides. Even after I give you the price of the joint, this whole thing, there's another slide that I talk about joint ventures. It's just incredible. What you're about to see now, guys, we're coming up to the last few minutes of this webinar. Stay with me right until the end, right until we say bye, because there's going to be questions, answers. You're going to learn a lot more. So from now, literally until we terminate, don't move, because now you're really coming up with the best bits. Mindset, guys, don't start anything without it. Nothing at all. Products, traffic, coaching, guidance. This was the list that we went through. And here's the question. If someone handed you all this on a plate, could you make money? Yes! For sure you could. Because this is all I have to make money. Most of the gurus, this is all they have. They've got the right mindset, the product, the traffic, the coaching, they're well educated. This is all you need. If somebody gave all of this to you on a plate, could you make money? Let's do another wake up. Let's wake everybody up again. Let me see a show of hands now, guys. Let's make every single one of you, please press that button. Who wants to make smart money? Otherwise you wouldn't be on here. Wow, this is incredible. This is definitely the best response I've had in a long time. Right. Here's what we're going to do. This is, guys, now get ready for some real surprises, okay? We're going to get to a stage where you're going to actually get blown over and you're going to fall over. As a loyalty bonus, that master key system that I was talking to you about, worth $397. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give this to the first 50 people. Now this is where you guys are going to start. Really, I'm only going to give this to the quick action takers. Those that take action and those that work with me, I'm going to flood you guys with so much stuff that if you don't make money, then I'm going to be buying my flight ticket to come and see you. Okay? Life-changing program. Just this alone will make your hour this evening. Absolutely worth it. I'm going to give you the resale rights to it. So you can sell this product time and time again and keep all the money. On top of the million products which I give you that's got resale rights, I'm going to give you this one. This is not in the library. It's not available in my library. This is just a special bonus for the first 50 people. I've just done a 30-day wealth explosion blueprint, which I sell for $997. I've got a website. You see it. I make sales on it every day for $997. That's the price. But without a bit of coaching, it's difficult. This is going to be about all the coaching that you'll ever need. I'm going to give you this. Again, it's for the first 50. That techie DVD, to give you the basic techie things from download to testing on the PayPal. I sold this for $297 all day long. First 50 of you are going to get Let's Make Money DVD as a bonus. I'm going to include that for you. I showed you this $1,500 Internet Millionaire Home Study course, 28 parts, 28 DVDs. I'm going to give you this. The first 50 of you are going to get this as well. I'm going to give this to the first 50 as well. Guys, I'm going to reward the action takers. Are you here? Are you with me, guys? I'm going to reward the action takers. I'm going to give you everything that you will need to start making money online now. This is something I've never offered before. You know, I'm going to actually, this is Marion's partner, Eva. Very good friend of mine. We've been talking for months online. She came to my event last week and we had a chat and she said, Mark, look, I don't want this to be the normal webinar. I want you to do something beyond extraordinary, and I want every single member that's online to email us the next day and say what an amazing content, what an amazing bonus, and what amazing value that they got from the webinar. Let's stay put and watch this diamond area content, which I'm going to give you completely free, and again only to the first 50 people you're going to get access to this. Ready? I'm going to show you. 30,000 ebooks alone in the diamond. That makes a total of over 600,000 I've got now. There's 1,000 flash website templates, 26,000 GIFs and animated GIFs, 100 flash website buttons, images for cell phones, Java games, automated web businesses, 14 internet marketing tutorials, 7,000 stock photos. Guys, you could build a membership site on any one of these colored strips on its own. You can do a stock photo website and charge $1 per picture. Call it $1, the world's largest dollar stock photo store. You know, if one of you just took a little bit of action and actually did that, you could make ridiculous amounts of money. I've paid $10, $15 for stock photos, fonts, Photoshop templates, HTML website templates, cell phone ringtones, 39,000 logos, 25,000 clip art, guys. You could do, you could sell 100 clip art for $5 and build a site on that. Help yourself to have 50 clip arts for $5. You'll sell loads of them, guys. I sold this whole diamond area content with resale rights for $497. In fact, it's in my members area now. And to get access to it, lots of members have actually paid $497 for this with full resale rights. Guys, can you sell that package for, forget $497, can you sell that package to somebody for $97 and offer them huge value? Yes, you can. And I'll tell you what, you could probably sell a bucket load of these for $97, because I have put up a website and say you get all of this with resale rights for $97. And I'll tell you something, your PayPal is not going to stop ringing. I've done it, and you can do it. So let's do it at a glance list, okay? This is everything that I've offered you. There's about $10,000 worth there. And forget the value of the million products, because that's just going to be absolutely bonkers. It's going to be mind-blowing. There's a mystery gift, and I'm only going to give the mystery gift to a very, very few people. And these are the people. This is where, I prove that those that take action make money. Because those that haven't taken action and joined my program, when you see what I give these guys, you're going to feel sick. Watch. Those that are interested in my product, and I haven't told you the price yet, and those that take action, let's work together, because I'm going to treat you to the best wealth creation package you will ever come across. And I've been advised by industry specialists that have been in internet marketing for years to charge at least $500 a month for what I'm about to show you. And I'll tell you why I don't do that. And I don't charge anywhere near that. And I'll tell you why. I've been to events, I've been to seminars, I've been to webinars, I've listened to speakers all over the world, and this is what they say. You ready? Listen to it. This is what they say. They say, ladies and gentlemen, I only want to work with 5 of you, and I only want to work with 10 of you, and I only want to work with a dozen of you. I don't want any more people, and I'm going to charge you $20,000 to work with me, but I just want a handful of you. And you know why they say I want to work with a handful of you? Because if they think the whole room's going to jump and pay $20,000, they've got to be kidding. Because there's only 2 people in that room that are going to pay that kind of money. Would you agree? That's why they say that. Well, I actually do the opposite. I'm different. And as I said to you, one of my golden rules is I give value, I give good service, be different, be trustworthy. I think I've demonstrated most of that by now anyway, but here's why I don't do that. I want to work with all of you. I'd like you all to be able to afford this. And I'll tell you why. Because if I said to you guys, I'm going to charge £500 a month, there you go, there's my price. I bet you now out of this, 400 and something people that are remaining online, most of you will switch off and say, thanks very much indeed, Mark. I've really enjoyed the webinar. Have a nice day. But if I changed that and I made it much, much less, and I've done this live demo in a room, and I've said, guys, here, look, it's £1,000 a month. Who would buy it? Nobody does. And then when I go down to the price it actually is, watch what happens. This is what happens when I show the price to people. Can you make $10,000 out of this? I think you can. Very, very easily. So it's actually going to be worth me charging you $10,000, but we're not going to. Not even going to charge you 5 or 2.5. Even if you can make 2,000 out of it, we're not even going to charge you that. If you say, Mark, look, I'm only going to make $1,000 out of this, fine. I'm not even going to charge you that. Guys, I want you to go now, right now, and I'll put this here in the chat button. I'm going to show you something. To those of you that go here and buy this now, you watch how I reward you. I've put it here in the chat box, so you can just click that link. It'll take you straight to that link. I'm going to carry on talking, so even if you're making that purchase, don't worry, keep listening. You're not going to miss anything, because the guys that are buying now are about to I'm going to give you something that is really going to blow you away. This is those of you that have gone to that link, you'll see what the price is. It's a very small monthly fee, a very, very small monthly fee. It's nowhere near that 500, and it's an extremely tiny setup fee, and this is what it is. It's a 197 one-off setup fee, 197 one-off only setup fee for life. That's not repeated ever. It's not an annual fee. It's just one-off to get everything that you've seen. The first 50 of you are going to get everything that you've seen, the lot. Then it's just $9.95 a month, which is nothing. It's not $495 a month or anything like that. It's a small amount of money, and this for you is an actual insurance. Because you know what? The minute that I stop updating my site, you're going to stop paying that $9.95 a month. So we're all going to, it's not going to be much fun. But every month, in fact, this month we've put in another 10,000 brand new products across every niche. So you're always going to get absolutely fresh, up-to-date stock going in, which you can take out and resell and keep all the money for. Here it is again, EFactor.com, Mark. Everyone stay online. Just because you've heard the price now, don't switch off, because there's a lot more to come. Even if you haven't bought anything, there's more to come. So just stay tuned. Don't disappear. I'm going to take a volunteer from somebody who's just gone and purchased. So if somebody's, well, it doesn't matter actually whether you've purchased or not. In fact, can we turn a bunch of these hands off? Can you turn your hands off for a second? All of you who've clicked your hands, turn them off for a second. Thank you. Just turn them off, because I'm going to ask for a show of hands in a second, and I'm going to get confused who was on there previously and who wasn't. Okay, so preferably somebody that's just bought. But if you haven't bought, I just want to volunteer for a second. So can somebody show me a hand of who would volunteer to speak to me for a second? I'm going to unmute you and I'm going to ask you a question. Can I get a volunteer? So I've got some hands up there, but I don't know whether they're from before or not. I'm going to take a gamble here, and I'm going to go to Yvonne. Yvonne, Yvonne, are you there? Was your hand up already,
Yes.
or did you volunteer?
Yes, yes,
You did volunteer.
yes.
Well done, well done. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Now, what I wanted you to volunteer was, this is a question I was going to ask you, that who understands the power of this so far, and who thinks that this is worth as much as anything else that you've seen so far in internet marketing, if not actually completely smash it? And this was a question, who's going to volunteer? And thank you for volunteering. Can you answer that question, yes or no? Do you think, what can you do with this? Could you understand the power of this so far?
Yes. Yes.
Can you give us an example of what you could do with this library? If you had access to this library, what could you do with it?
I could download lots and lots of products and turn them into my own products and sell them to my audience.
Okay. Anything else? Do you think that could start generating you a lot of money straight away?
Yes, yes, I can see how that would work, and it would also enable me to get started very quickly on a new business idea that I'm just developing at the moment.
What is that, if you don't mind sharing that?
Well, I actually run a bed and breakfast business in France where I live.
Oh wow!
And and I've actually quadrupled my revenue this year over last year. In my
awesome.
bed and breakfast. Yes, but I want to help other B&B owners to do that, and I'm developing a site right now called bedandbreakfastcoach.com, which isn't up yet, and I'm looking for some content. I've got lots of content of my own, but I can see that by utilizing your library, Mark, I can actually get more content available, add more bonuses, and just add more and more value to my potential clients.
Well done, Yvonne. Thank you very much. And just to confirm to everybody, we don't know each other. This wasn't planned.
No.
This was just random, yeah?
Mm.
Well done, Yvonne. I'm going to actually, if you do purchase it, I'm going to reward you with something quite special for volunteering. I appreciate that. So if you do purchase, then let me know.
Thank you. I will. Yes, I will.
Thanks. Okay, I'll mute you back again and carry on. Thanks for that, Yvonne. Good, well done. Thanks, Yvonne. I really appreciate that. And like I say, if you do end up buying, just send me an email and I'll give you something a little bit special for doing that. Okay, so that was a volunteer. Now I'm going to show you guys how you can get this completely free. So those of you that have bought, there are a couple of questions. People saying, how do I go in order? How do I buy? One is saying the link's not working. I'll check that in a second. But stay there for a second. Don't worry. It is working. I have checked it. It should all be fine. How to get it free? I've not done this before, but for today only, I'm going to offer you to joint venture with me, which means that if you can make 2 sales, just 2 sales, I'm going to give you 50% affiliate commission to show you the power of this. Make 2 sales, and you can have this completely free. So guys, if any of you are even half serious about making money online, if you can't sell 2 of what I think is probably the world's best value package that is out there, it's a complete and utter no-brainer. If you've got a list, I'll get on a webinar with your list. If you want me to help you make those 2 sales, I'll help you make those 2 sales. But we're going to quickly recover your money. We're going to recover your money as quickly as we can. That's the whole idea of this. That you spend the money today, and literally within 7 days, we help you to get a couple of buyers, and you get your money back. So you've got all of this completely for nothing. If you haven't gone to that link now, after this, then let me give you more. If you secure it now, I'm going to give you a 100% money back guarantee. So any objection or any limiting factors that's stopping you making a decision, taking action which is going to produce you results, I'm doing my best to eliminate any issues that you are facing. I've given you testimonials of people who said, look, I couldn't afford it and I did it and I'm glad I did. We're going to show you ways of getting your money back in no time. If there's anything stopping you now, that's what's going to stop you succeeding for the rest of your life. Work with me honestly. I'll give you a 100% money back guarantee, but don't download 10,000 products and say, Mark, I want my money back, because you're not going to get it. But, you know, be reasonable. If you've bought it and it's not for you, fair enough. Have a nice day. Sayonara. We give you your money back. But in order to secure these bonuses for the first 50 people, in fact, we're very quickly approaching that. Crikey. There's not very many places left on that top 50, I'll tell you right now. Okay, now, this is the mystery gift that I said for action takers only. Do you remember I said to you about that e-store, and I said keep that in your head for a second? I'm going to give everyone that's purchased, and this is not just the top 50, but every single one that takes action, whether you get the bonuses or you don't get the bonuses, you're all going to get a complete e-store. That's a turnkey, done for you, completely good to go, ready for you to start your own world's largest niche e-store right away. This is what it looks like. It's a complete store with the nice tabs on. In fact, hang on, I'll tell you what I'll do. There's by the way, the link is there, EFactor.com /Mark. But let's go live online and show you here's the store. This is what it looks like. So you put your logo here on the right hand side. You've got your store title here on the left hand side. You know, browsers will click. This is going to be your own store. This is going to be your store. You're ready to go to start making money online right now with the products loaded up, and you can back it up with this huge warehouse of products. You can replenish your stocks in here at any time. You've got products here on eBay. You've got products on food and drink, finance. You can, just apart from this, you can put anything from the main library into this and have your own e-store in any niche that you want. This is absolutely incredible. I cannot give you more tools than this. Look at this beautiful e-store. I've put my Genie Dream logo here at the bottom. You can put your own banner or logo at the bottom there. That's completely good to go, ready e-store for you. That's a mystery bonus that I said I'm going to give to the action takers. Okay, so at this stage, I'm going to thank you for joining me. If there's any questions, we're going to take questions now. I'm just going to go through and look at, there were lots of comments here because a couple of people were not able to click that link. Let me just test that link while you're all there for a second, because one guy said, I tried to click that link and it didn't work. So let me just try that. Hang on. Let me just go online. Let's just see if that link works. Well, obviously it has, because I've got, oh, we've gone over the 50, guys. Wow. Okay, why one guy's having difficulty, I don't know, but we can deal with that in a second. Let me just see who that is. Okay, so let me take some questions here. Question, can the content of most products be accessed and changed? Yes, PLR products are private label rights, and they pretty much give you a free license to do what you like with it. And like I said earlier, every product will come with a license, and that license will tell you what you can and can't do with it. You know, none of it's really copyright in a sense, so even if it's not a PLR product and you want to take certain information from a resale rights product, you know, you can, unless it's got very, very strict copywriting on it. It's not illegal. You know, I'll be absolutely honest with you, it's not illegal, it's not a crime. Yes, you can do that. Just don't rip off people's products that say that you can't. You know, you've just got to be half honest with people. I'm an IP attorney, so I was wondering how the CR works. Yeah, I mean, there's no real IP as such. The license is effectively the IP, and so that's why my terms and conditions, my webinars always say, guys, please respect you know, the author's licensing terms. And because it's not really a criminal offence, you know, you can't get arrested. The author of the product can. If they find out that you've done that, you know, then he can do something about it. Yes, more often than not, it's a warning. You know, it's not a huge crime, but it's just more courtesy and respect than anything. Do you have anything targeting art, specifically social network targeting? Oh God, yeah. yeah, lots and lots of social networking, targeting visual arts. Well, I'll tell you something. One thing that I do offer is that if your niche or your specific requirement is not on there, and I've done this many times. I did it last week for somebody who requested certain products. In fact, I've done it for a property guy who wanted certain information on property stuff. You know, he couldn't find what he wanted, or he didn't have enough of it, and I've gone shopping for people and bought the product. See, the whole thing about this is that you should never ever have to go anywhere else to buy products. So if you run out, or if I don't have it in the library, as long as it's available out there, I'll go and buy it for you. Even if it costs me $5,000 to buy you 1,000 items, I don't care, because it's just, you know, that's what this monthly money is for. It's there to buy stuff that you guys need. So if it's not there, I'll go and buy it for you. The whole idea is that once you pay me that monthly fee for $9.95 and you paid that setup, you never have to buy a product anywhere else ever again. Nobody offers this service. I'm the only guy that will go shopping for you and buy the product. So if you go into that Walmart where you've got the key to go and get what you like, and there's no you know, crisp packets, or there's no tins of beans or champagne bottles, call the store manager and say, go to the bank and get me some more. So yeah, you know, just literally send me an email and I'll go and get it for you, as long as it's available. If it's not available, then I can't get it for you. With PLR, how can we know who's the original author? It's always there. Well, it's not always there, actually. Sorry, tell a lie. With PLR, you'll find on many or most occasions, the author doesn't reveal himself because it's completely private label rights. Some do, but mostly they don't. So, you know, how do we know who the author is? Well, if it's disclosed, you know, and if it's not disclosed, then, you know, you won't know. Sometimes you can do a little bit of research in Google, and if you find it, you find it. But if it's not there, then you'll not know. I paid a few minutes ago, but when I get past the EFactor page to your page, it keeps rejecting my user ID, although there is no user ID on that page. I hope you will still give me the bonuses. Catherine, I will. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll tell you what I'll do, Catherine. Hang on. If you're having difficulty, let me give you my Skype address. I'll send that to you privately. Just Skype me at the end, and don't worry. We've gone over the 50, but I promise you, I'll give you access to all the bonuses. Don't worry. So just Skype me. Can you Skype me? I can, Carlfred. If you tell me what it's for, but I will do. Hang on, let me just write that down, because when I log off, I'm going to lose all these. So let me just use that, Carlfred. Okay, I'll Skype you when I'm done. Just bear with me, because sometimes it gets really busy when I finish a webinar, especially when you've got so many people and so many. Yesterday I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning, because what happened yesterday, this was really funny. We did hundreds of sales yesterday, and about 80 people. This is so funny. The webinar finished at 1 o'clock, but 80 guys clicked off their PayPal button, which has never happened before. I don't know why it happened suddenly. I don't know whether PayPal's site was slow or what, but this was so funny. It was hilarious. They clicked off the PayPal site before it redirected to the registration page. And there was 80 people that we sat there till 4 o'clock in the morning, Martin, my IT partner, and myself. And, you know, this is actually what gave us such a huge amount of testimonials yesterday. People were just going, you know, Mark, I honestly cannot believe that at 4:30 in the morning, both of you guys are up just to make sure that we've all got our access. And because in America, it was still only like, you know, anywhere between sort of, depending on what coast you're on, between kind of like 8 in the evening and sort of like 11 at night. But it was brilliant, you know. But look, I enjoyed doing it. I give good service. If you've got a problem, that was my first demonstration. And everybody was just really so happy. You know, they just said, I've never seen this kind of service before. And you'll get that with me, you know, guys. We work together. We're like a family. If you've trusted me and you've spent your money with me, there's something my father taught me actually when I was really young, and you know, a lot of you people are from sort of India and Asia, my kind of culture, my kind of background, you relate to this because it's a kind of a Hindu sort of thing. But he said, if you take $1 from somebody, you're their servant, you know, and if you can't service to satisfy that $1, then you shouldn't take it. So that's the kind of principle that I go by. Please Skype me at, okay, I'll Skype you. In fact, let me give you my Skype. You can Skype me. There you go, there's my Skype. So, well, yeah, when we're done, and bear with me because, you know, if there's 30 of you Skyping me, I'll just have to take it in turns. But, you know, it's fun, I enjoy it. You know, it just shows you that you're not alone, and when you spend money, we're not going to just ignore you. You know, we're here, we're approachable. It's for the $9.95 payment. Okay, fine. Anyway, you might extend those bonuses to just a few more people. Ah, Suzanne, okay. Hang on a minute, let me give you my Skype address as well. This is my weakness, you know. I always threaten people that, look, it's only for the first 50. You know, shall I be honest? Shall I tell you what I did yesterday? We actually had over 100. And I shouldn't be telling you this, guys, but I actually ended up giving it to the bloody lot of them, you know. But, you know, I tell you, one of the reasons why we say this for the first 50, and I'll tell you why I say. I mean, a lot of people do just strictly stick to that 50, and I'll be honest with you, I'll tell you now because we've gone over that 50 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I do it to encourage people to take action, you know, and, you know, you'll be surprised that, you know, if you've taken action, you feel rewarded for it. Then, you know, there's a sense of satisfaction there. But then sometimes it's unfair for the few people who have frantically fought and tried to get on, and for one reason or other, they haven't been, and it's not their fault. You know, I mean, I'm not going to penalize anybody for 5 minutes. Christ, you know, if you're paying now, I still believe you're taking the right kind of action as somebody who did it 5 minutes ago. So you know what, you're really very, very welcome to it. I'm not going to take away the bonuses. You'll have the e-store, you'll have all the bonuses, you know, anything that you need. Then, Mark, keep on here. I had trouble paying, but I've paid now, so I hope that I'll get the bonuses too. Thank you for a great webinar. For choosing me as your volunteer. Yvonne, I've got to reward you, haven't I? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you, Yvonne. Is I've got a set of 6 meditation, healing, yoga, natural sounds. They cost me £2,000 to manufacture these sounds, actually, because they're not the crappy electronic sounds. They're really good, very high quality natural sound CD sets, which I sell for £50. I'm going to give you that whole set with resale rights, so you can sell them on Amazon, Kindle, or any of these other sites. They sell for $49.95. Don't cut the price on them, because otherwise you'll be competing with me. But I'll give that to you as a gift from me with resale rights, and you can sell as many of those as you like. They're very high quality. And you can keep all the money for it, and I'll give you all the graphics and everything like that. So, yoo-hoo, yahoo, thank you, she says. It's a pleasure, really. It's thank you for volunteering. So just email me. Did I give you my Skype address? Let me give you my email address. So just email me afterwards. I'll give you my email address. And just remind me, and I'll give you the downloads for these. These are really good. You know, people make a lot of money from these. You'll really do really well out of that CD. There you go. So there's my email address. Just email me to remind me, and I'll send you the link for that. Thank you. That's not a problem. I just paid up late because my login didn't work. I had to reset my password. I'll be getting the bonuses, please. Yes, Claude. How do you pronounce your name? Claude, yep. You will definitely get it 100%. In fact, while we were chatting, I've emailed my IT partner to open up the bonus area to everybody. So whoever now pays, you will all get the bonuses. You'll see the bonus section automatically. My name is Jack. It took some time to complete the process. Am I getting the bonuses? Please, I do not have Skype. Yes, I will give it to you, Jack. You're opened up as well. It's not a problem. Guys, look, this is an opportunity. I hope you've been able to see it, recognize it. Those that of you have taken action, I guarantee you guys, I promise you, you know, faithfully, hand on heart, I've got thousands of members that really make money. Nobody on this planet can offer you 1 million products across such a wide range for you to go and sell and make money. There are guys that don't know anything about Keep Fit, they've made money. Guys that don't know anything about beekeeping have made money. I don't know anything about social media, or well, I do know, but not enough to be a social media guru. I've made 5,000 in a day. These are true stories. I'm not sitting here just making these things up. These are facts. You know, I can back these up with live people. You know, Eva, I've never met her before. In fact, Eva's presentation, why don't you go to marknathwani.com, guys. Go to marknathwani.com and have a look. There's a video, I think, on the homepage somewhere down below. There's a presentation of that's one of my presentations I did last year. That's where I met Eva for the first time. We opened a bottle of champagne. I do these kind of things just to mix with the people. I looked for somebody who was celebrating something. Her then boyfriend was there, and he said, "Look, I'm celebrating being at your event." I thought that was a brilliant answer. I got him up on stage. She came along. We opened the champagne, and she's the girl that started making so much money. And she did things I never taught her. I don't need to teach anybody because I'm just giving you a tool here. And all the education that you guys will need is within the library. If you want to know how to build a list, it's there. You don't have to buy any products again. If you want to know how to do social media, it's there. You don't have to buy anything. If you want to know about WordPress, you want graphics, you want fonts, you want headers, you want pay buttons, you want buy it now buttons, you want these testimonials, everything's there. You'll never have to buy anything again. How am I assured of receiving the products? What? How am I assured of receiving the products? I don't understand that question. I mean, you're assured. If you've got username and password, you go in and take the products. I logged on at 4 CST and the webinar was already on, so I think I missed an hour. Wow. Will you have a replay available? Yes, Mr. Lauterbach. Yes, 100% we will have a replay available. Quite a few people have said actually they've had their internet at home or whatever has been scary. They've missed bits and pieces, so don't worry. I love London. Invite to England. Yeah, no problem. Come on down. Come on down. I was born in England, Air Force Base, Middleton. In fact, somebody else mentioned the US Air Base. Funny, isn't it? What a coincidence. 2 people in 2 days have mentioned the Air Force Base. Well, isn't that strange? Amazing. Okay, I think we're out of questions. Are the stock photos hosted, including the mystery gift site, maybe, or should I host them myself? Any products that you take from the library, you should host them on your own domain name. We'll host it for you. Hosting is free. It's not compulsory. If you want it, we'll give it to you. It'll just save you money. But if you've got your own hosting, take it with you. Whatever. When you download a product, you can take it and do what you like with it. It's yours. It's free. Just Mark, I paid a few minutes ago, but when I get to it, it keeps rejecting my user ID. Okay, I've given you my password. Oh, sorry, you've said you've since then sorted it, haven't you? No, Catherine hasn't. Okay, Catherine, so just Skype me later on. My Skype is off at the moment, but I'll turn it back on again when this is finished. I don't have a PayPal to do the $9.95. Carlfred. Carlfred, okay, it's not a problem. I can set you up on my World Pay system. I think I've given you my Skype details. I remember giving Carlfred my Skype details. I'm going to Skype you, aren't I? Okay, so I'll Skype you. Don't worry. Yeah, we can set you up on World Pay credit card system. It's not a problem if you don't have PayPal. I want to get your JV, but I cannot log in. Okay, I think that's Cloud again, isn't it? I think we've spoken. Let me give you my Skype anyway. I don't know why so many of you are having difficulties logging in. Most of you seem to have got on fine. But don't worry, it's probably something small, minor, technical. Sorry, I have to go. Look forward to the slides later. That's fine, no problem. Okay, I sent you from Pat's note. Okay, great. Can you recap again what we get when we buy? Surge. Okay, I can do that in a second. Give me 1 second. I had to take a call during the time you were talking about the first 50 opportunity. Can you mention? So 2 of you missed what you get. Okay, I'll do that for the benefit of you too. Mark, I've spent tons of money trying to make money online, but you sound honest. You know what, Jack? I'm going to unmute you, Jack. This is really very interesting. Stay there 1 second. And to those 2 people who want to see the slide, just bear with me 1 second. I'll show you the slides again. Jack, are you there? Hi, Jack. Jack, are you there? I can hear you, sort of, your mic is clicking, clonking. But Jack said here, look, Mark, I've spent tons of money trying to make money online, but you sound honest, and I hope you remain trustworthy, and the main thing is you will be accessible. I'll mute you because there's a lot of background noise. Most of the gurus will say that they will be before you join, but later on you can't find them. Jack, I tell you what, you are on EFactor's webinar. EFactor are about to do a public listing. So they are a proper outfit. Honestly, I don't think EFactor would have got me online without doing the necessary checks on me, who I am, and what kind of service that I offer. I put my hand on my heart, Jack. If you're going to trust me with $1, I'm not running anywhere. I'd rather not have your money. So do not worry. I'm here, as you do sound very honest and humble. Oh, thanks. Hope so. Oh dear, you guys are going to make me cry in a minute. Okay, so let's look at those slides again. Where are we in a second? Let's just go back. Where are we? Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what you're going to get. You're going to get full access to the library, which I normally charge $2,000 for. That mystery gift was now, I've revealed, is the fully set e-store, completely ready to go, done for you. So let me tell you something about this e-store. We're going to deliver the e-store to you. You're going to download it. You have to be, you have to have a little bit of techie knowledge, and that Let's Make Money DVD kind of teaches you the basic tech knowledge. But if you want us to do all the techie work for you and actually set it up, an FTP, and set up your domain name and put your logo and do the product, blah, 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 and do like, half a day or a day's work, we'll do it for you, and we'll do it at a very, very reasonable sum. We're not going to charge you £250 an hour like some of these techie guys charge. We've set up hundreds of these e-stores for people for just $97. So if you say, Mark, look, I really can't be bothered, here's my domain name, set the whole thing up for me, crikey, here's my logo, I just don't want to do anything, just do it for me, all I want to do is just then drive traffic to it, we'll do that for you, but you get the whole thing there. The master key system, you give it with resale rights. The Let's Make Money DVD, one of the first things you should do, guys, when you log into, go to the bonus area as the first thing. Forget everything else. I know you're going to be excited about downloading product and doing this, all that kind of stuff. Go to the bonus area, because in the bonus area, I've got all this at-a-glance stuff. Start with the techie DVD. That's going to be very, very useful. Then watch the 2 home study courses. They're not very long. And, if you don't do anything for a first week and just learn, it's fine. Don't run and try and make £500 in the first week. Just take a step back. Watch those things and learn. Education is a very, very important part of making money online. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to make money. It'll just put you off. So make sure you learn what you do before you start. Watch those 2 home study courses. They're brilliant. Watch the 30-day wealth creation blueprint. It's a good coaching program. Just watch those things. Don't just pay now and then forget about it. I hate it when people do that. If you're going to pay and not do anything, I don't want your money. Keep it. Really, I'm just not interested. It really annoys me that people pay money and they don't do anything about it. Watch these. Christmas is coming. You're going to be at home. You're going to put your feet up. You're going to have a lot of spare time. Make a cup of tea. Be comfortable. Put your headsets on. Let the family waste their time watching television. My wife and kids, they sit there watching television all day long, and I'm sitting here working. I much prefer this. Even if I'm not working, I'd rather, learn something. Take your time and learn these things. And once you've done that, now you're going to be armed properly like a soldier, that you can go in and download stuff. So for the benefit of those that didn't see that slide, there it is up there for you again. Thanks, Mark. My gut feel is you're trustworthy. I've never heard anything like what you're offering. I couldn't talk back as you something. Oh, Jack, that's fine, buddy. Don't worry, man. It's no problem. Honestly, I'm always around. Anything you need. You don't have a microphone. Hey, don't have a microphone, Jack. Of course you do. I could hear lots of thumping and prodding and banging in the back. We all heard it. Full access library. Does that mean that we can take everything in the library free of charge? Serge, yes, it does.